pop in here, guys. We have had a pretty decent size CME pop off the backside of the sun. I want to show you guys that. Also got a pretty decent sized earthquake earlier, and some of the hurricane updates I want to go through. But I do want to run you guys through all that stuff real quick and give you guys just a little bit of an update on what's going on. And hopefully you guys are doing great. Yeah. So first thing before we do that, I want to show you guys something really quick. I'm going to, well, first thing I should do here is do this first. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pin that for now. Okay. Mark Pyers is live streaming tonight. He does every night. And so what we're going to do here really quick, you guys want to have a good time, I'm telling you, go over here, okay? He's got new face swaps he's doing that right now. Well, let's just go watch his live for just a second, and then everybody can go check him out. Oh, goodness. Hope everybody's having a good start to their weekend anyway. Let me get this up here. Maybe I didn't click. Okay, there you go.
Got the first part in, guys. I don't know the rest of it. Michael Jackson, he's not the easiest guy in the world to sing. He's got to go one of those voices that's just like, hey, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do that. My name is Donald J. Trump. I sing like this, okay? And when you do stupid stuff like that, I'm like, what? Really? Are you going to have a normal voice when you're younger and then have a fake, like, high voice when you get older? What is that?
Let's pause this live stream here real quick. We'll go back a little bit and see if we can't get him singing for a minute.
All right. Just be prepared, guys. It's going to be fire. We're going to get into it. We got to get into it. All right, here we go.
He cracks me up, man.
Free falling. Well, I'm free falling.
He's singing some Tom Petty there. It's pretty cool.
I'm free falling.
But yeah, guys, I just want to show you guys his station real quick, his channel. I do think that everybody would be doing good for themselves if they went over there and checked that out, because it's just so positive. It really is. And it's a good way to start your weekend. It really is. And if you guys notice his sub count, he's up to like 1,700 and about 1,750, I guess, right now. And that's great, because he was at like, I don't know, 200-300 subs about a week and a half ago. And then Scott pointed me over there, and I started pointing people there. So did Trinity. It just, yeah. So I just want to show you guys that, get that, give you guys some positivity, first before we start talking about all this stuff. Which can be very negative and bring people's mood down. So, hello from Wales, UK. Hey, there we go. That's right. Across the pond, how you doing? That is awesome. I love across the pond. I've never been. I really wish I could. That's one of my goals. It's on my bucket list to get over there. There, Australia, New Zealand. I would like to go to the Middle East too. Check that out. And well, all over the world, really. I wish I could, but that's most likely not that possible. So, do you have any more info on those 3 months that the Schumann went to 140 in the middle of February, the middle of March? That's been like a year ago, and no, I don't. We never seen that again. It happened. How you doing, Isaiah Granny? No sheeple, Virginia. There you go. Ding dong, which there you go. But as far as that that data and what if we have anything else on the Schumann on that what happened there, guys, we watched it and watched it and watched it, dug into some other stuff, and we never figured nothing out on that. Just an Angel Destiny, good to see you. Australia, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's right there, that country right there, Australia, is exactly where I go first if I ever have a chance. I would love it. Yes, Yahuwah bless you. Yes, love you used that right there. Yahuwah. Anybody wants to know what's actually happening, go research that name right right there. Yahuwah. It'll blow your mind. Anyway, it says because the Milky Way pulsed during the same time as the Schumann, Caltech had a story on it. Oh, really? You got a link for that? If you got a link for that, I'd love to see it. If you do, go ahead and drop it down in there, and I'll go check it out. Do some little bit more research on that. I kind of came into a dead end on that. That's why I stopped talking about it. But it was something very, very significant because it was like 24-hour signatures, and I'm sure you remember that. Zuvuya, I guess is your name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Yes, a little chilling is in order. Yes, it is. You know what, guys? It's going to be 40 degrees where I'm at tonight. And we got frost warnings and everything else out. And that's, you know, it most certainly is, yeah. It's getting cold. Weather's changing. And that you know, we can kind of, that really isn't that much out of the norm. You know, if something's not out of the norm, I'm going to say that, guys. I'm going to tell you what it actually is. I'm not going to try to play anything up. You know, I see so many channels just saying that stuff that's normal is just way it, you know, it's just not. You know, stuff that we see, some stuff is normal. So, and this is Friday night. It's going to be a little bit more relaxed. I'm going to try to keep it that way. I like to, you know, just kind of wind down a little bit. And again, guys, I am starting to edit those videos. I'm going to start putting out little sections of my live streams as edited videos, which will look exactly like my old edited videos. Because essentially, that's what it is. So, just keep in mind that's coming. Now, whales, there you go. Oh, Lisa D, how you doing? Pumpkin Lyle. All right. Oh, really, CJ? How you doing, bud? Doing good over there, man? Oh, yeah, you know, I don't boot people, man, unless, you know, you start getting whatever. You're welcome to that opinion. That's cool. I'm good with that. Let's see here. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Kelly? Let's see here. Yes, Seattle. He'll bless you, too. Very much so. The noises in China. You know, I don't know. They are all locked down under. Yes, I've seen that. That's crazy. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Hope you're feeling okay. Everybody, Teresa needs some prayers. Send them her way, please. And, you know, Trinity, hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. She needs prayers, too. Tony, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Still rebuilding after Hurricane Laura. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, guys. Sig, how you doing? We'll go over and check this the hurricane stuff out real quick as we talk about this. Hey, Sig, I just showed everybody Mark's channel there. You know, first couple minutes of my video here. I noticed he's still growing, which is great. I was over checking him out earlier before I went live. Not locked down in New Zealand? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Teresa. We're glad you're here. Really are. You know, it's people like you that really motivate me to do what I need to do. So yeah. Okay. You can breathe in Oregon finally. Hey, that's a good thing, Vibrant. Is that how you doing, Violet? Vibrant, is it getting a little bit less smoky out that way? I'd love to know that. Let's go over here real quick. We're doing this. Good to see you, Susan. Yeah. Okay, good. I mean, the crazy fires here in San Bernardino, yeah. Kano, I bet you guys deal with that just about yearly anyway, don't you? And I know that this year is at least a little bit more extreme. I get that. How you doing, Brian? Do your thing, brother. Do your thing. So yeah, I mean, you know, Kano, if you're still in here, I'd like to know if it's really that much worse than what it typically is, or if it's kind of normal, or if it's just a slight uptick or whatever. I'd really like to know that. If you got any input on that, it'd be great. Santa Ana's every year. Yeah, Santa, you know what, guys? I was out in California back in 85. Now, I know that sounds... Was it 85? No, it was... I was 15, so that would have put it like right around 90. 1990. And I was like 15 years old. And, yeah, it was... I got to experience some record-breaking heat. We had a layover in Phoenix, and it was like 122 actual degrees, Fahrenheit on the ground. They were having problems with the planes sticking to the tarmac because the asphalt and stuff was melting in certain areas. The runways aren't made of asphalt, but for whatever reason out there, part of their tarmac was asphalt, which was really kind of strange. At least now when I look back on it. And it was one of those airports that you actually didn't walk through the big tunnel. You actually walked down onto the tarmac to get in and out of the plane. That was something shocking for me, too. Good to see you, Glennis. Hello from Independence, Mississippi. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. These fires were not normal in Oregon. They were way too sporadic and a lot. At the same time, I seen with my own eyes. Yeah. Thank you for that, Vibrant. That's what I like to, that's the kind of information we all like to hear. We want to know what's actually going on. And, let's see here. Been in North, Casey? Yeah, okay, for 5 years. This is worse than other years. Okay. Las Vegas is like Phoenix. Yeah, a lot, yes. Oh, and a little side note there, guys. On the way back, I was 15 years old. And on the way back, it was kind of crazy because my grandma and grandpa, I went out with my grandma and grandpa to see my aunt and uncle and my cousins. One of my cousins was graduating at a high school named Rim of the World. And you could actually, it was around San Bernardino and up in the mountains. And you could look down. We was out there during the 4th, and you could see like 4 or 5 different fireworks displays, but you seen it from the top down. It was really cool. Really, really cool. I wouldn't give up that experience for anything. It was really, really cool. But then on the way back, my grandma and grandpa flew back before I did. So I get on the plane, right, and we had another layover again, and I get off and we transfer. And as we're flying over Missouri, we go through this big, severe thunderstorm. And a lot of times they try to go around it or over top of them. But because of the severity of the storm, the cloud tops were too high, and the storm was too wide that it was going to put us into other air traffic. So we had to fly through that thing. And lightning hit our plane. hit the lightning rod on the plane. And when it did, the plane like dropped. I mean, just like, oh my goodness. I mean, it was like everybody on the plane screamed. The stupid oxygen mask things fell out of the ceiling. Kind of like what you would see in a movie. It wasn't like that scary, like that. But for like 3 or 4 minutes it was. And being 15 years old, that really got in my head. But that still is nothing compared to the two-seater plane I was in. You guys want a rough air ride, go get in one of those little prop planes. That'll give you a ride. So anyway, these hurricanes, we'll jump into it, guys. I got enough of that. At least I still want to talk to you guys. I just want to get onto the information here too. Guys, I'm really starting to like this website here. This is Track the Tropics. I mean, look at this. He has got Wendy's here. He's got everything here. I mean, you wouldn't need any other data. I mean, you could get to it from here. And I was looking at his homepage, and he's not doing ads at all. He's trying to do it by, just getting supported through the viewers, which is awesome. That's kind of what, I do, right? I was on live with Dutch. We saw an area of 15 by 25 miles in Oregon go from no hot spots to black in 1 minute. Wow. That doesn't happen naturally. No way, Susan. A fire does not spread like that naturally. Not 15 to 25 miles in a minute. That's impossible. So exactly what we've been talking about, guys, with the beams and stuff, it has to be something like that when you're talking about stuff like that. Hey, you know what, Susan? I'm going to show you something real quick, and I want you to, if you could, maybe show it, maybe try to get this info over to Dutch. I've never talked to Dutch, and he probably doesn't really want to touch the subjects that we talk about here, and I get it. But I seen this, and I want to show this to you guys because this was really odd, and it could be very normal, but I'm not sure. So let me just do this real quick. Where was it? It was right. I think it was here. Okay, yeah, I think it is. Look up here. Well, you know what? I'm going to back out to the regional. You go here first, and we'll look at it here. It's going to be right in here. You're going to see something. It looks like a storm builds, but it builds really, really fast and goes away almost as fast. And it's only in that one spot. So let me run it back. We're looking right here. Okay? You know what? Before I do that, maybe I need to get my... I'm starting to get used to this stuff, guys. You know, before you know it, we'll get into a routine here. That way everybody can... So let me... did I take that to 200? Yep, I did. Okay. So, again, we're looking right in here. And watch what happens. Right here. Now, you know, that could be just a very tall thunderstorm. I get that. And it might have been. You can see that there's clouds there. You can see it was tall enough that it actually casted a shadow. Like some of these other ones are doing over here. You know, the sun's starting to set over that direction. I just thought, you know, when I was looking at this thing, nowhere else on the globe here did I see anything like that. So let me back it off. And if you can look at it right there. It's really, really symmetrically, you know, spherical. You know, and when I see stuff like that, my mind goes straight to like the beam stuff we've been talking about. You know what I mean? Volcanic vent? Maybe. I don't know if there's any volcanoes there. You know, that's a good idea. It does look like there might be like a chain down through there. Maybe some mountains. Maybe that is. So let me, we are getting, you know, stuff going on here. As far as the earthquakes, we'll go over that in a few minutes too. But you can see that right there. So let me back off to the continental view. And that way you can get a broader sense of what I'm talking about. Remember, it's down here. So let me take it back here. Now, the sun starts to set. See that down there? And I was trying to find something similar on here, and I couldn't. You know, I see little ones like here where this hurricane's at. Well, it's a tropical storm right now. But I didn't see anything like that over land. And that's, you know, with that being over land, it kind of caused me to stop thinking maybe it is some sort of a volcanic reaction there or something. But what's really funny is, watch. It goes completely away. See that? It's gone. Within like a few hours of showing up, it's gone. Now, I know we get thunderstorms, okay, that do that. I see them a lot here in the Midwest. That could be very normal. It's just something that struck me kind of odd. If anybody has any, you know, opinions on that, I'd love to hear it. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and just start here. That way I can, you know, stay a little focused here. I think I will. I'm going to hide your chat here for a minute, guys. I don't see any of my mods in here yet. If it starts getting a little crazy in there, I'll stop back in here in a minute and check it. And if it is, I'll ask you guys to give me a heads up. So, all right. So we got the Schumann, guys. You know, back to what they were asking a little bit ago there in the chat about back in February, March, where we had that big 24-hour signature that was just like intense. And it lasted 3 days in a row. I don't know what caused it. And I don't think hardly anybody really does. And I think they were going to drop a link I didn't see. I guess one of the colleges was like researching it. So I'll do some more research on that, see if I can get an answer for you guys. But as far as right now, I don't know what caused it. So, but here with this, okay, we got a spike here, a couple separate ones here, and then, we're getting, it seems like we're getting like short-lived, high-intensity sparks, okay, or spikes. So what that means is, it's hitting hard right at just every so often. When I say hard, it's just it's a more intense signature. That's it. It's not like when we're talking about frequency, it's really hard to explain to people what that actually means when we're speaking of how intense something is. I guess the best way to explain it is if you could take it at like, let's say 12 decibels right here, or 12 hertz, and basically you increase the decibel, which basically you're turning the volume up, but it still stays at 12 hertz. It's still vibrating at the same hertz level, but yet you're turning up the intensity. I know it's kind of hard to understand, because it was for me at first, but that's kind of what it does. But it's, if you're getting ringing in your ears, I know my daughter, her head's been kind of clogged up, and when this thing was going crazy here the other day, she was talking about, she came out of her room and was saying, hey, everything sounds like a robot. And so I looked at this, and sure enough, this thing was going a little crazy. So yeah, so there's that. Now, this is you see in this right here, the sun, we'll talk about that here in a minute. So we got the X-ray flux going on right here, and it's really, really low. We're not getting any kind of activity that way. 317 kilometers a second, solar wind, pretty slow. It's normal, but it's on the low end of normal. We had a little bump here in our geomagnetic activity. I'm not quite sure what caused that, but it's not even really nothing to really even kind of talk about. What that did, though, it did bring us up enough to keep us out of a cosmic ray warning. Okay? So what happens is, to explain, when we get the geomagnetic activity and it bumps up a little bit, it hangs around. Even if these readings go down to here, it still hangs around in our atmosphere enough that it'll block a lot of those cosmic rays. At least the intense amounts of them. Now you guys see what happened right here? Look. You guys seen that, right? What that did was that updated. So when it updated, the image it's trying to show us right now, we don't have one. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. So with this, let's look at the ACE data. Now here's the wind speed. Again, it's not even variable. And what I mean by variable, it's not moving from high to low very fast. It's staying really, really consistent. Right about 300, a little above, maybe 325. You're not seeing hardly any readings outside of that. And the density is following suit, okay? And with these two following suit, the temperature almost every time will do the same, okay? The phi angle up here, it didn't do any kind of massive pole flipping, or not pole flipping, but polarity flipping here on the phi angle. The BZ, that looks really normal, okay? When the BZ actually causes issues, you'll see these signatures, the white and the red. One of them will be up and the other one will be down at the same time. So when that happens on the BZ, sometimes we'll see some geomagnetic activity increases. Okay, without going into too much of what you're actually looking at, just know if these two lines split and one of them starts going this way and that way, usually we'll get geomagnetic activity. And here on the phi angle, if you're seeing a signature that's up here, then all of a sudden it goes bam, and it's down here on the bottom, stays there for a length of time, then goes back up. That would be what it was doing. It was doing this little polarity flip, and it happens a lot. And whenever it does that, sometimes we'll get a small jolt of geomagnetic activity. Okay? The Enlil model here, again, always look at your ranges. Okay, plasma density. There, remember yesterday when I showed you guys this, the density was showing to be over 10, all the way down through here, okay? Or at least a little hump of it right there. They changed it. They changed it because they got more data. Just like I said. That's why, even showing you guys this model, I kind of question whether to show it to you guys sometimes or not, because a lot of times it changes. You know, so if I want to show somebody what's going to happen tomorrow or what they're predicting for tomorrow, I want to be pretty confident on what I'm showing you guys. And I can do that with this model just about a day or two out. But anything past that, like I've said 1,000 times, I don't hold it to be true because it just usually isn't. Aurora forecast here. Oops. Looks like nothing really much of anything because we're not getting geomagnetic activity. Now remember what I just said, geomagnetic activity. With saying that, our magnetosphere is reacting to something, and I'll show you here in a minute. Here's the CME tracker. I just told you guys, and it's even in my thumbnail, I showed it to you, a little bit of it. This CME tracker has not updated still since the 7th. I should have clicked on here, and there should have been a CME popping off the backside right here. And there's not. So, let's go over here to seeds. But before we do that, let me see what you guys are doing over here. You guys doing okay in there? Anybody in there causing trouble? Doesn't look like it. You take an antidepressant and still can't sleep? Yeah, Teresa, it really, you know, guys, I used to take Lunesta, and I know there's a lot of different opinions on that. Hey, good to see you, Christine. I didn't see you in there. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. It does help me. It believe it or not, guys, when I don't have a mod in here, anybody that runs a channel, it's always in the back of your mind, especially when you put your chat away. You don't want your subscribers to be in there getting attacked by anybody. So it kind of distracts from what I'm doing. So thank you again, Christine. I really appreciate it. You guys can go, let's see here. Ricky. Hey, Ricky. Daggone it. I keep forgetting to give you a wrench. Daggone. Wow, gosh. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that as soon as I get off of here. Brian, what's up, bud? So, yeah, guys. Just, if it... Well, I don't got to worry about it now if Christina's in there. And I'd have 2 mods in here right now if I'd have remembered to give Ricky hers. My brain's just been all over the place, guys. I apologize. My daughter isn't feeling well, and I've just been dealing with some stuff, so. How you doing, Nita? Glad you got rain, Nita. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've been kind of dry, Nita. Yeah, I remember. I think you were saying that the other day. 3 a.m. wake-up call, seeing how I started getting my wake-up call to get into... Okay, yeah. That's good, Diane. Yeah, it's always good to dive into some faith, for sure. So, okay. So, what I will do, I'm gonna leave that chat hidden for now so I can just get, show you guys what I need to show you, okay? Alright, so we're going to go here to the 17th, and this is obviously at seeds, LASCO C2. This is our point of view. Earth would be down here, okay? Nothing much going on. Now we've seen a little bit of a brightness right here. You see that? And that's really typical because whenever we see that, at least those of us that watch these things constantly, we can pretty much tell you within an hour or two that you're going to see something coming out right there. Not always, but a lot of the time. So we go the next day, and look what happens. Okay? Obviously, CME, right? So we're going to slow that down, and actually this is stereo A, isn't it? Yes, this is stereo A. I apologize, guys. Earth is over here. So the satellite's over here. This is the backside of the sun. Alright, so Earth is over here. I thought it looked... I don't know why I was telling you guys it was LASCO C2. Anyway, so we're going to just click on through here. I backed it up a little bit. And, this isn't coming at us, right? Now, you heard me talking about that yesterday. Like, what in the world's going on? Because, well, for instance, right here. What's this say right here? The sun is strangely spotless. If solar cycle 25 has begun, then why is the sun so quiet? All right? Well, I would argue the fact that it's not. The sun is not quiet. the sun is just not firing things at us. The stuff that's going on the sun right now, for about the past, well, here you got 28 days with no sunspots on our side, right? But we still been seeing CMEs almost daily on the other parts of the sun. So why isn't it firing at us? Or is it? You ever ask yourself that? It's a question that we all need to, keep in the forefront of our mind, because it's, eventually, and they do it already some. Eventually, they're gonna, keep us from seeing anything. And most of the time, when we do catch stuff, it's a mistake that they've made, and we were just there to see it. That's all. Just look what would happen with the wildfires and the beams we were seeing. As soon as Dutch came out with that video, it was bam. They were on that thing, bringing it out, and getting rid of that data. So, yeah. Why would they do that? We know why. It'd be ridiculous to say that we don't know why, because we do. They don't want us to see it. Why? Because they think we're going to freak out. They think that we can't handle it. And I have to say this. For the majority of them, the ones that aren't, awake like we are, kind of, I guess I'll use that term very, very loosely, they would freak out, guys. Anybody that doesn't know anything about what's going on right now with this kind of a subject would completely lose their mind if all this was dropped on them at once. I promise. It was hard just remember, if you guys can remember when you guys first became aware of what's going on. How did you feel? Even without the massive stuff that could actually be happening, when I first started looking at this, it wasn't this bad yet. So, yeah, good to see you, Sig. So could you imagine just getting all that dropped on you at once? And that's why I try to do it a little bit easier than what a lot of others do. They'll just drop it right on you and keep moving. I like to try to ease people into it, because if you're scared of something, you run away from it usually, okay? And a lot of people, they live by, well, if I don't see it, it's not a problem. So then they never come back and look at it. And I don't care if they come back and look at my channel, that's not what I'm saying. I want them to understand the data and what's going on, what could actually be going on in real life. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing what I do. But yeah, so that, people will say, well, they should tell us like all of it, like right now. I would question whether or not that's the smartest thing to do. I think we should be able to know the truth and see it, but I don't know that I would, want them to drop it all on the public all at once. And eventually, if they never hit it to begin with, we wouldn't need a slow rollout. We could have something that was, because it would slowly come in anyway. Just saying. Okay, so let's put this back away. Now, again, this stereo A, we're going to pop over to, let's go up here and look at LASCO C2. So here's the 17th on LASCO C2. I think I will back up another day here, because I was showing you, actually I could back up two if I wanted to, but here's the day that I was showing you guys, and you can see right in here where this thing just kind of shot right back to here. And then that one kind of went out. And again, guys, there's a lot of theories on what we're seeing here. I gave you guys my opinion on what's going on there yesterday. It does look like there's some CME action stuff going on here, but it also looks like something came out of the background. I don't know if that's what actually happened. But in order to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about there, I guess I need to go back to stereo A, because that's really where it got kind of weird. Was it 17th? No, I think it was 16th. This is where it got kind of weird for me. Now, right in here, guys, if you look at this, watch when it gets real black. It just, bam, real black right there. There was some sort of jolt going on there energy-wise. So, let me start that up again, too. Watch, it comes out, it doesn't, if I back it up a day, let me back it up another day. All right. There's only like 2 hours of missing time here at the end. Okay, so you got 2 hours there. and we'll go back to the next day. And it starts at 3. So you got like 4 hours of missing time there. These things, it usually takes it longer than 4 hours to go from the surface of the sun to here. So with that being said, what happened in between here? Did this thing come from the backside a little bit, or did it come from this angle, or is it an optical illusion? That's always a possibility, especially when we're talking about this stuff. Perspective is big, guys, big time. And so yeah, so what you're looking at, let me pause it there. This one here was actually coming off the sun first, okay? Because I showed you guys that one coming off the sun over on Seeds. What I'm questioning is this one, and it looked like that one over on Seeds looked like it was spiraling, but this one was moving faster, so it catches up. Watch. Okay, it's starting to right there, and then bam. Right? I mean, kind of crazy. That's all I'm saying. Actually, I need to, you know what? I think I will do that. Let me show you this CME first, though. Okay? So here's the 18th, and there it is. So, let's pause it. And this is a legitimate CME, guys. This thing is not small in no way, shape, or form. It's probably one of the bigger ones that we've seen in probably about a month. You know, we've seen a few bigger ones this year. That was not a full halo, but it definitely had the characteristics of a halo starting to form there, okay? Which means that all it means is it's a really big one. When you talk about halo, usually you'll see it come around the occulter like this, or maybe the CME will kind of fire off this direction, but you'll actually see the energy kind of all of that, you know? That's what they call a halo. Essentially all it means is it's a very big CME. That's what it means. So we'll just click through here. I didn't see a whole lot of weird stuff inside this thing. Not like we have been. But this thing, it was a big one. Now I know everybody's probably looking at that, and that could be something. I don't know yet. I haven't really dug into that. You got to keep in mind, this just happened a couple hours ago. I don't know if anybody else has even shown this yet. Well, you know what? I think Brandon Nagley did. I think I seen his thumbnail. But yeah, so you got keep in mind it left the sun, right? Look how big it got by the time it got out here. It's about a third of the sun. So it's just like buckshot. When it shoots out, it spreads. And that's what was so odd about that one we seen, the one I just showed you guys, because it didn't. It didn't spread out like it typically does. It was a very compacted area of plasma or whatever we were looking at there, right? So, before I go further with this, what I want to do, I should have already had the pictures keyed up. Again, sorry about that, guys. Let's go here. So, this is Scott's thumbnail here. We're going to click on this, and I would love for you guys to go over here and check this out. I'm just going to show you a few of the captures. He took those captures and ran them through his software, his filters and stuff. He cleaned up a lot of that background. Oh my gosh. Some of the things that you're going to see right here. I'm going to pull the chat up. It's probably going to freaking amaze you. I mean, look at this stuff, guys. I'm pausing that. Let's do this real quick. Keep that up there. Okay. So, yeah. So, watch this. Okay? I'm just going to show you the captures, but go over and check it out. I'm just clicking through here real quick because, and this one here is really the one that kind of got me. It was just so in your face, like crazy. Right? I mean, look at that. Wow. I mean, he did a good job cleaning that stuff up for sure. You see how he got rid of all that background stuff? And, you know, we take a lot of flack for that kind of stuff. And all we're doing is changing the lighting pretty much and getting rid of all the background noise. I don't know how to, I don't have this programming. Scott does, okay? And he's got the forensic detective that uses this stuff on the daily, all right? And now they've applied it to what we're looking at. Look at that. So, yeah. I just, man, again, like I said 1,000 times now, the observation speaks for itself. We don't have to try to sell this. I never did to begin with. All right? This right here should convince people enough. If it doesn't, they're not going to hear you anyway. Okay? They're just not. This is stereo ahead. Right here, look. And he went into the red view, guys. Look. Look at this. Okay? It's just, again, he gets frustrated. I get frustrated because it's like we really try to do the best that we can, and then, and we're not adding or taking away anything from these captures at all. And if you see what this looks like, what's that look like? Looks like a little moon that's hanging around with it. That would make perfect sense. So, like I said, what I've gotten to the point is just showing you guys this stuff and letting the observation speak for itself. People can think what they want to think and whatever. I do not want to steer anybody's mind thought. I don't want to be molding nobody's mind. I ain't trying to do any of that junk. I just want people to see what I'm seeing, and if they agree with what I'm seeing, cool. If they don't, cool. We can still be friends. It's that simple. Because I can still learn from you, and you can still learn from me. Even if we don't agree on what we're seeing right here. So, yeah, guys, go over and check out this video he did, please. It's only like 4 minutes long, and I'm telling you, it will just completely, it'll rock your world for a minute. Let's, okay. Let me get out of full screen here. We'll go back to, Alright. So, we're going to go back here and we're going to check this out again. One more time on this. Alright, and then we'll move on. This is the 17th. This is the next day. Well, let me give you a little, okay, here's the one everybody was focusing on. I mean, you can see this, right? Now it's spinning. And remember, this is from our view. The Earth is here. So the other view was from over here looking this way. So you can clearly see stuff going back to the sun there. Now, that does happen sometimes, but that is most certainly out pretty far for that to go back to the surface. Because remember, the surface is like this. Okay? So, with that being said, that's on the 16th. Now, let me go to the 17th. And again, I showed you guys this a little bit yesterday. But we're not missing any time. But then again, all of a sudden, bam, right in that same spot. Look what happens. Watch. It's like it started there. Not back here. You don't see anything here. And all of a sudden, bam, it's right there. You got some material going that way and some going that way. So I'm left to wonder what the heck is going on there. And I get it. Like I said, we're all going to have our opinions on this. And then we see this. So when I see this, why is the sun so quiet? Well, it is on our side. Okay? And it is a we can expect quiet spells with no sunspots, but again, we are most definitely in a time where we don't have to have sunspots. Hey Trinity, how you doing? Good to see you. Where we don't have to have sunspots to have activity, and I've already shown you guys that multiple times. We're seeing it right now. There was no sunspots here. We're over here on our direction. Some of those CMEs were not coming from any part of the sun that had a sunspot. All right, now we can't see the backside. So when we're looking at this particular capture, this is SDO, right guys? This is from our view. So when we're looking at this extreme ultraviolet capture here, I'm going to increase this a little bit. When we're looking at this, if something's on the backside of the sun, we're not going to see it. So what we're going to see is probably something barely shooting out over here, and it's going to be that big CME I just showed you guys. So let me grab the slide bar here, and we'll just look. I'm not seeing hardly anything over there, guys. That's what I'm saying. This thing really blew off the backside pretty much directly. All right. We are seeing some, like maybe this is where the CME came from, but all the way on the back side, at least at an angle. You can kind of see some activity right here. Watch. See that? That probably was. I have to say that that's probably that CME. But the majority of it, we can't see it. It's going that direction. So let me go over here to this part, the 304. Now, this little jet, I was like looking at that a minute ago. That's more towards the North Pole of the sun. We do get activity there sometimes. Not so much like we used to, but nowadays, that's few and far between. But this is the one where we can see filaments really well. So I grabbed this one and I'm looking. And remember, we're kind of looking over in this quadrant of the sun. And you're seeing a little bit of eruptive activity right there. But absolutely nothing to suggest what we just seen as far as the size of that CME. Okay, so what that's telling me is, because we're looking at the sun from our view here, that what happened there was almost directly on the backside of the sun. And yes, for the most part, that will not affect us, but it does add energy to our solar system as a whole. It's the circuit. We're all connected. We're all connected to each other through the sun. All the planets are. And sometimes we're connected to the other planets without the sun. So anything that's happening on anything actually affects us a little bit. So, just because it's on the backside doesn't mean it can't give us issues, right? So let's go here. And, well, actually, I'm going to go back to ISWA because I told you guys, we were getting some geomagnetic activity, or our magnetosphere was getting hit, but our geomagnetic activity wasn't moving, right? Nothing else was showing any of this, so what's causing this? Watch. Okay, yesterday I was showing you guys this. And as we go forward, you see that little bam? You see that? Let me go back it up to there. We'll do this, okay? Now, see how that's kind of forming almost like what we would call like a bow shock on the backside. Okay, that's what it looks like. Is that necessarily what it is? Well, I have to be honest with you guys. It's almost what it looks like to me. We're trying to protect ourselves on the backside from something. I mean, I don't see how we could say that that's anything other than that. Unless this reading is just completely bunk, which I don't think that it is, especially when it's this close. Now, when we're looking at these from this older tool that we're looking at here, the stuff that we see way off to the left of this could be incorrect. It could not be, it could be. I ain't saying that it is. I'm just saying that these tools were not designed to see, millions of miles behind us. They were designed to try to model what we're seeing right at our planet. And that's why I kind of concentrate on this one when I'm looking at this. So you can see how, we have this big area there, but what happened before, right? That was pretty low pressure, and then we're starting to push back against that, something, right? Then it gets real intense. Now watch what happens. A secondary one comes out. What's going on here, right? Look at that. Okay? If you watch that red right in here, I'm going to back it up. Okay, so I'm going to go forward now. Watch. So we start with that little red there, and then it starts moving out towards the back. Watch. Clearly does it. So we keep moving. So what's going on there, right? Well, I think what's going on here, we are trying to protect ourselves on the backside by something, but I also think that, you know, we're acting like a capacitor. So we're getting full. Our energy level is getting full, and eventually it has to let it go. So I think that that's part of what we're seeing. We're seeing kind of two different things at once. It's just my opinion, okay? Again, there's not, you know, I can't say 100% on any of this, but, and also watch this, guys. I want to show you guys something too real quick. Okay, so we get this signature here. Look at the timestamp, 2032, right? We'll go forward one capture. It goes to 1550 the next day. So we're missing almost 24 hours of data on that tool right there. Okay. What happened when we got our data back? Our magnetics start to tilt. Watch. Okay. What do I mean by tilt? You see this? Look at my cursor. Look at my pointer. This way and this way. And watch what happens. You're going to see stuff moving in a direction. It's asymmetrical. It's not symmetrical. In other words, it's coming from one side. Okay? Now I'm going to back it up here because I want to show you guys this. Watch down here. You're going to see this arm of this move this way. See that? So, and you've seen this compress in at the same time. Let me do that again. You can see how underneath here, it's like something's pushing us right here. See that? Back it up again. Okay? So, I'm going to keep moving and watch. Look what's going on there. It's just extremely strange. I mean, that's some concentrated energy right there, guys. You know, but let me say this too. Our magnetosphere and our planet is fending this stuff off really well. Okay? Earth's doing her job right now. I mean, that's just what it is. That's why we're not seeing these big effects on our geomagnetic activity charts. We're fending this off. That's what's happening here. So, you know, that's a positive, guys. All right? That's a little bit of good news. So, yeah. So, I don't, you know, like I said, we missed a day of data during that CME, and then you see all this directional stuff. I'm going to run it kind of fast here so you can see, but I want you guys to watch this thing just do this. See that? Now remember, that's over a course of about 2 hours. So it's not like one little blast. Something was pushing there. Our magnetics were getting hit right there. From down here some way. Up this direction. Like a backwards J or a J. Anyway. Yeah, like that. So, you know. But again, did you guys see any of it get inside our satellite line? You didn't, did you? Why? Because Earth is fending it off really well right now. So, I'm just putting that out there. So, you know, thank God for that. That's for sure. He designed her pretty good, didn't he? Let's So we're going to take a look at the solar wind maps here, because this is showing pretty much the same kind of stuff. You're going to see some weird stuff going on in here. Same kind of stuff. And I'm really not going to take too much time on this, because you're pretty much seeing the same thing. Okay, it's not normal to see this kind of gradient in colors. Right here. so close together. We don't usually see it like that, guys. But that is what's going on. And you can tell here, look here. See how it's just completely broke open right there? I don't want to say it's broke open. That's the wrong words. I shouldn't say that. That would be more of a, it's just density, what you're seeing there, the difference in the colors. So in other words, the density got more right there, and it's less where these blues are. Okay, or temperature, you guys can even refer to it as that. But you can see how the red kind of moves itself around. Okay. So, let's do this. There's also another... I want to ask you guys for a favor here in a minute too, guys. Okay? Hey, it's nothing to do with anything going on in my life or anything like that. I want to do something tonight that I hope you guys can follow me with, okay? So hang in there for a minute. Hey, Twister Music? Sorry. Oh, Twister Music. Sorry if I butchered your name there. Guys, I really love you guys are communicating with each other. I really do like that. So it helps us all. It really does. So anyway, we're going to look at this one real quick too, and then we're going to move on. Now you can see, guys, I was trying to show you guys this yesterday, but it didn't really give me a good chance to do it. If you guys look, I'm going to zoom in. Let's do this. Okay. So what I want you guys to look at is right in here. So remember I showed you guys that stuff looked like it was kind of pushing this way, right? Well, watch this. See the colors and stuff changing here from down here and up? Number one, this whole signature right here is asymmetrical. Typically, if this is going to be a normal ambient signature, you're going to see this dark blue down here also. So it's not symmetrical at all. What that's telling us is something is directional. Did you see that blue pop out right there? Okay, now just watch this I'll just roll it through. That was that missing time. Okay, we missed a day there. Remember, and that right there is telltale perfect what happened. Okay, now I know you guys probably didn't see it. I was moving so fast. Okay, the black lines are pole lines. Okay, they're connected to our poles, right? And they come off, and that's where they come in. You can see, right? Watch this pole line right here. Watch what it does. Let me back it up. See, it's not even there right now. The next set, 1722, that's 1726. Now watch. Okay, there it got pulled out this way at 1730. What's it doing? 1734, 4 minutes later, it's there. Look what happens. See the edge of it? Look what's going on. See it get pushed up? Just like that. So let me back it up, and I'll show it to you again. See that? That's perfect evidence to show you what that other tool was showing you. That's directional, guys. That's showing you that something's this way. Okay? And it's not so far away from the Earth that it's causing me to question what's going on, because if it was way back here, yeah, I would be like, well, maybe not, that kind of thing. But this right here it's right here, okay? So let's go ahead and finish this time lapse out here real quick just so you guys can see it. Now, again, this is spreading out pretty wide, too. But it's not nothing too crazy, okay? It's just not. Now, I know people kind of start to freak out when they see that kind of stuff, too. A lot of times we'll get hit with just a short burst of solar wind, and it'll cause that. But there's other things that can cause that, too. All right? I just got to say that, right? So we're moving this like this. See, right there. Now, let me say this again. what I said earlier. The Earth is fending all this off fine right now. Okay? So even though this might look a little nuts, the majority of the time, the Earth is fending this stuff off just fine. It's always done that, okay? Now, why do we report on this kind of stuff? Because when we do get those big, large hits, she can't fight it off as well, guys. And stuff does get through. Stuff's getting through right now through the cracks and stuff, but not to a big, massive level. But it is getting through, and let me show you why I say that. Well, here we'll look at this graph real quick first. This is the magnetosphere. It's the same kind of tools I was just showing you, but the sun's off to the left. This is the newer tool. Okay, the sun's over here. And you're going to see the same kind of directional stuff here, I would bet. I haven't even looked at this yet. So let's watch it and see what it does. And I can already tell you that it looks like it's kind of starting to... So yeah, I mean, it is kind of directional there. Now let's look at the density, see if we can see anything there. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. You guys see this out here? See how that blue is all just solid? Now, you know, if you were just to look at this, you could probably sit there and say, well, looks like our bow shock is down. And I kind of explained this probably 10 times before. But I want people to understand that what we're looking at here is just density, and density only. This is not going to tell us the position of anything. It's telling us the density of the particles that are there. That's it. Yes, it's going to form shapes because that's what they do. You know, the less dense are going to be hanging around whatever area, and the more dense is going to be doing whatever they're doing, right? But that does not mean that this is our bow shock. Our bow shock is probably out here. Okay? It's just the particles around it are the same right now, so it looks like it's not there. The particles on both sides of the bow shock right here are the same density. That's why it disappears. So I'll play it, you'll see it. Watch. See that? Because the density changed. So it illuminated where our bow shock actually was. That's what you're seeing. And you see this straight line? That isn't bent yet because it hasn't hit our bow shock yet. Watch what it does when it hits the bow shock. You see what happened there? You can see it real good right here. The Earth's deflecting it. It's gone. It's not getting through. You can see it. So, yeah, I mean, it's just what it is, right? Here's the pressure, and you can definitely see a directional thing here. I mean, that's, yeah, most definitely. But, yeah, so we'll move on. Here's the geoelectric field model. Now, I'm going to take a guess here and say that this thing probably isn't doing a whole lot because, again, what I just said. We're fending it off pretty good right now. And we're going to see a little bit, but I don't think we're going to see a whole lot. And we're not. So, yeah. I mean, so here. Let's check this out, guys. This is earthquakes. I'm just going to put you guys over here for now. Let me zoom out. Now, we had a big one right here, guys. I think that was a 6.9. Yeah, it's a 6.9. That happened just a few hours ago. I think Dutch did a stream on it. That's where I seen it first. I seen it on Dutch's channel. I didn't know it had happened until he did his stream on that. But you're seeing that, right? I mean, that's a big quake, guys. You know, regardless of where it's at or whatever. Now, I know it says 10 kilometers deep. That's a default. All these quakes, they always go to 10 kilometers deep, the initial onset. And then they'll come back and change that once they figure out the depth. Okay? If you come on here and it's actually lower than 10, that's probably actually the real depth. Or bigger. If it's saying directly 10 with no decimal point after it, 10.0, That's a default almost 99% of the time. Okay? So I didn't want people getting confused on that. So we got this one here. Obviously that's the biggest one, but we also got these going on too. Okay? Actually, I think I might let's just redo that real quick. Update it. So yeah, we're not getting anything new right now, but you know, we can click through here at 3 here in Idaho. This one here in Texas was actually kind of big for a fracking quake, which is most likely what that was. You get this one here in Mena, Nevada, which isn't so out of the ordinary. But anytime, let me say this again, anytime I see anything happening right here, I don't like it. You know, that's the Cascadia subduction zone. When that thing decides to slip, for those that don't know, the West Coast will be gone. There's no other way to say it. And I know it sounds really, really negative and really, really like catastrophic. Well, the reason why is because it actually is. And you guys know I don't talk like that unless it is most certainly what I actually think is going to be. That's one thing I'm pretty firm on, because when that thing decides, it's been slow slipping anyway, but when it decides it wants to go, you're going to see humongous tsunamis. You're going to see, it's going to be really bad. And it's like I said before, beachfront property in Arizona will probably be a reality. And it sucks. I don't want that for people out here. I just want people to be safe. But then, this is something else I've noticed here in the past. You got a 5.2 there in Papua New Guinea, and you got a 5.2 there in Indonesia. Okay, right here. But check out what's going on. And this happened the other day, too. So that was at 1400 UTC. That was at 1600 UTC. And this one was at 1700. So you got 14, 16, 17, all basically on the same latitude line. Big quakes again on the same latitude line. Now I haven't had a chance to watch Dutch's stream, so I don't know if he talked about that or not. I'm not sure if it's even that big of a deal. But in my mind, I don't know that I would say within 3 or 4 hours we should see 3 larger quakes right around the same latitude line across the globe. When that happens, I often think that could be solar weather of some sort, because I don't know that pressure or energy from an earthquake can actually travel that fast, underground. I guess it could. I don't know. And that's why I don't speak on this as an expert, because I'm not. I'm at best a layman, and I'm just able to show you an observation, basically, is what I'm saying. Hawaii had that. Then I can say that, hey, if I haven't seen earthquakes there before, I'll tell you that. But you got this one, and you got this one, 5.9 in Greece, right around noon. A 4 or 5, and I guess I'll back off here, but what I want you guys to see, look where the bigger ones are at. Okay, we're talking mid-latitudes towards the equator. The smaller ones are the ones that are out and about here. Now, is that an issue? I don't know. It's just an observation. And this happened the other day too, guys. Remember the ones I showed you within like 2 or 3 hours? Same position, same exact area, guys. Right around the equator line. Yes, it was off. Some of it was a little north, some of it was a little south. But it was generally about this kind of an area. Probably about, 20 degrees latitude difference all the way across the globe. Those bigger quakes fell within that area. So, yeah. Yes, Porcelius TV, most definitely. Most definitely. Hey, Scott, what's up, bud? How you doing, man? Awesome job on those pics, man. I showed everybody some of those. Those things were kick butt. Rocking. Rocking. I'll tell you what. Let me do this real quick. Let's just go back over there for a minute. I'll show them to you guys again while Scott's in here, and if he has anything he needs to say about it, he can. That way we can. But I want you guys to go over and check it out on his channel, because it definitely he deserves the traffic on this. Because, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Okay, come on. Pause it. Bring it in here. Okay, I mean, so we're looking at this, right, guys? Let's go ahead and put it full frame here. I'll get you guys out of the way. So, I mean, I'm just going to run through these real quick, and because I've already shown them to you guys. That what you just seen there, by the way, that was probably a transition. It looked like everything was kind of blowing out there. That was probably just a transition. But like this one here, guys, that was the most impressive one for me. I don't know about you guys. But, you know, if Scott's in here, maybe he can comment on that a little bit. But I just wanted to show these to you again real quick, because he did some awesome work on these. These were crazy good, man. Crazy good. And like I said before, guys, the observation just plainly speaks for itself. People are going to say and believe what they believe. And, you know, so all we can do is, people that get frustrated and stuff when you're trying to show somebody something and they're not seeing what you're seeing, or they're disagreeing with you, just let your observation speak for itself at that point. Because no matter what you say to them after that, it's not going to matter. They're not going to hear you. So just, yeah. Be very assertive if you need to be. But when they say pretty much, shut up, that kind of thing, well, you know what? Just do that exact thing. Show them the observation. Walk away from it. And then, when you're proven to be right, then guess what? Who's got the egg on their face at that point? And you don't have to go back and like push it into their face or nothing, but it does give you a little bit more credibility, a little bit more confidence on what you're showing and what you believe. And that's happened so many times with this stuff. Okay? You know, like I said, guys, don't mistake my I guess let me put this the right way. My willingness to not go back at people in a hard way as a weakness. Okay? If you guys watch my channel and you watch my content and you watch and hear what I'm saying, you will understand that I always address those that attack me, but I address it with stuff like this. I won't say a word. I'll show you this, and I'll show you why I think it's this, and what I think that this is. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what kind of BS they're trying to tell me, or they're trying to say this, that, and the third. You know, I don't have to do that. I don't. And believe me, guys, there's times I just want to explode. I mean, and sometimes I really probably should, but I don't. And, you know, I promised everybody at the beginning of my channel I would never do that. And I'm not going to break a promise like that. But these are just, yeah, Scott, you just said it, man. 100% one of the better ones I've seen in such a long time. And like I was showing them earlier, guys, you know, this thing wasn't this color, even that close or that intense. It was back here. And when it caught up to this, it reached out and touched. You guys seen it. It smacked it. And so, yeah. Observation speaks for itself, once again. So, yeah. Alright. No, what the heck is that? Naughty Beaver on there? Huh. I must have accidentally clicked that. Who knows? But yeah, guys, check this site out. Anybody don't know about this site? It took 9 hours to process those. Wow. I mean, yeah, that was from Stereo A, some of those, weren't they? Yeah, that's why, guys. That Stereo A, that one that's it's really, really pixelated. I would definitely agree, you know, believe what you just said there, because That stuff sucks. He fell asleep. Well, let the computer do the work, right? But guys, if you guys don't know this website right here, please go check it out. I mean, everything you need, man, is here. He's got every link. It's crazy, this thing. I ran into this yesterday by accident. Look at all this stuff. It's crazy. And then he breaks it down by hurricanes. Now, I'm going to show you guys this too. Check this out. Now, this is Tropical Storm Beta. Why are they calling it Beta? Because we're on to the second alphabet now in the hurricane season. This is a tropical storm here, okay? Now, we know Sally and everything just went that way, right? So they're forecasting this to become a hurricane. It doesn't look like they're actually forecasting it to hit land here. But it's supposed to like skirt the land here, it looks like, and then turn it, weaken a little bit into a tropical storm. But this is just one model, okay? So let me back off of that and see what we get. Where are we at? Oh, okay, I see what it did. All right. So what we can do is there are spaghetti string models on this, I think. Let me go look and see if he's got anything here yet. Let me see. Yep, here's one. So this is a couple different oh my gosh. Guess what this one's got it doing? This model here has got it coming on land and circling back through and coming back this same direction. We've seen them do these loops before. That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Oh, did I click off of it? I sure did. Oh, daggone. I have to go back and pick him up here. Hold on. What we got here? Let's see here. So yeah, here he is. Back to it, right? Oops. What did I do there? Wow, what the heck am I doing, man? Somebody stop me. Oh, goodness. All right, so here's Teddy, okay? We're going to take a look at the models and the track for Hurricane Teddy, because this one is a major storm right now. Almost every one of them's got it coming in right here, okay? So it's going to hit, Canada here and then zip on out the other direction. At least that's what it's saying. Again, things change. We've all seen them change. So that is what it is, Just click off of that one and that one. All right. So again, guys, this thing looks like it's going to take a direct north turn right here and just go that way and then zip on out in the Atlantic. So it's really not going to be an issue for us as far as where we're at. But let me... So here's all the storms right now. This is one I really wanted to show you because this does show how active stuff is. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... systems right now just in the Atlantic. Okay, well this one I guess would be considered the Gulf. I'm not sure if they consider that part of the... I think they do consider that part of the Atlantic hurricane season. I'm pretty sure they do. Anyway, this gives you the chances of development and what they think is going to happen. Like this one here, it's showing you what it thinks it's going to do. It's got a 40% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. Okay, so this thing is way out here, guys. See how far north this is? And they're saying it's going to turn into something, probably. A 40% chance of it, anyway. Which is actually a fairly large percentage when we're talking about something up that far. And then this one here, within 48 hours, it says there's like a 0% chance. But once this thing pops out in the ocean, you'll see what happens there. Most of the time, that thing will, we see stuff like that. When they pop out in the oceans, when they start developing, they get a lot of hot water underneath it. The environment changes. It's fuel, okay? Hot ocean water is fuel for the hurricanes, guys, just to put it very simply. So yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got. Guys, I think that's all I really got to show you. Let's go over to space weather. We'll go down here and we'll check out the near-Earth objects. Okay, because that is a very hot topic right now. I don't usually talk about these a whole lot. And why? Well, because if something's going to... I'm going to try to put this the right way. You got a 1-4 lunar distance here on the 18th, and that's that just happened, right? So what they're showing you here is the closest it's ever going to get to Earth. Its closest approach. All right. So if you look over here, if you're just going to look at mist distance and stop looking after that, you're probably making a mistake. Okay. And the reason why is you need to know how fast it's moving, and really the next thing you really need to look at is the diameter, how big it is. Okay, so if something's like 0.1 lunar distance away and it's really, really small, it's probably not going to do much anyway if it makes it into our atmosphere. Right? Now, I know we've had a couple here as of late that they didn't see, or they said they didn't see. I'll word it that way. So, yeah. When we see stuff like that, like this one here, the 0.3 lunar distance, we see that one right here. Right? And it was a 0.2 the same day. It was the second one. So let's go look at the size of those. We got 4 meters in diameter and 7. Compare that 4 and 7 to the rest of this list. They are the smallest, except for, you got a 4 and a 5 here. Well, 4 is the one I just showed you. You got a 5 here. But these are the smallest asteroids or near-Earth objects on this whole list. That's something most people aren't going to tell you. So, I don't know why. What the heck happened there? What did I do? Hold on a minute. Yeah, no, let's do that. Alright. Anyway, sorry about that. So, we have to keep it real, alright? And that's what I'm trying to say here. I've seen so many stations saying it was almost the end of the world. Okay, talking about these two asteroids that they didn't see, right? Now, it's significant that they didn't see them. That's the biggest issue for me. But very few of them pointed out how small they actually were. Okay? So, they missed something that was really small. Okay, whatever. We keep moving, right? I mean, even if those things had entered our atmosphere, those things are small enough that they would not have hit the ground. Okay? I mean, that's just what it is. They would have burned up, So, when somebody tells you that, they're like trying to tell you, making a big, huge deal about, we had a 0.2 and a 0.3 lunar distance miss. Yes, that's really close, but they're really small. They're small objects. They're smaller than everything else on this list but one other one. So please keep that in mind, guys. And I say this stuff not to, take shots at other people. I say this stuff to help us all understand better and to keep us all from getting fearful. Because I don't want the fear. The fear needs to go away. We need to be concerned and we need to be vigilant. Let that fear stuff just go. It doesn't need to be there. We can be strong without that and stronger. We would be. Have some patience. Gosh, if Scott's still in here, I had to learn that from Scott, guys. I was jumping out here immediately. And, you know, I even erased a few of my videos from early on in my channel. Because I was jumping out there. Oh my gosh, I seen that. I need to get online real quick and tell everybody about it. Oh no, code red. You know, that kind of stuff. Well, it's been 3 years since I started my channel. Right? Going on 3 years. And we're all still here. And nothing much has changed as far as my environment here, you know, with what I'm talking about. But yet I was out there code redding it every time because I didn't have the patience to wait, and I thought it was really that serious. And it wasn't. But it is of concern because eventually there will be that one thing that happens. There will be catastrophes, guys. That's something that we cannot avoid. It will happen, and that's why we talk about it. But we talk about it in such a way that it doesn't increase the fear level of what everybody's doing. So how do we do that? Well, we don't. The biggest way is we don't take a 4 meter diameter asteroid and blow it up into a 69. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Send them over, man. Send them over. Send them over. Yeah, Diane, I mean, I'm glad people understand what I'm saying there because it's always my goal to put it out there in a serious way, but put it into, hey, Feth, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, Earth's fending stuff off right now. She's doing a really good job. I mean, we were seeing some stuff. I was showing it earlier. So, hey, Scott, did you process those? The program just ended. All right, go ahead and put them on Messenger. I'll upload them to my photos, and I'll look at it. I'll look at it in Google Photo. Did you hear that? Hopefully, you heard that. Yeah, I got my phone. So all you gotta do is to send it. Just you can even yeah. If I upload it to send it through Messenger, Facebook Messenger, Scott, and I'll upload it to my Google Photos, and I'll open it up and we'll take a look at it. We're going to Alejandra. Good to see you, by the way. As soon as he sends them to me, I'll get them. I'll get them uploaded here real quick. We'll take a look at it before we get off of here. Okay, there's some of them. They're coming. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right, man. Whoa. Holy cow. Yeah, I need to upload these. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I got quiet here a little bit. You know what? Let me let's give you something to look at while we're doing this. Well, I tell you what we could do. I'll go back here to seeds, and you guys can see the originals. So this is the original CME, okay? This is what Scott's talking about with these pictures he's sending me right now. So let's do this one. Upload the photos. Okay. Okay. So, give me a second here, guys. I'm going to try to go to my photos. Alrighty. Here they are. Wow. Look at that, guys. Wow. Holy cow. Remember what I said, guys, when I was showing it? Told you right in there, didn't I? I just couldn't see it because it wasn't cleaned up yet. Wow, man. Yeah, Lance, that's the biggest question. What is that? Yeah. So, yeah. Wow. Man, dude. Look here. You guys see that one? I'm not sure if anybody noticed that. And this is what we're seeing now, too, guys. Yeah, it's almost what it looks like, didn't it, Scott? I was thinking the same thing. But we're seeing, usually we're seeing one object or two or whatever, but it seems to be dragging a smaller one with it. We've seen that a lot lately. That's something I've been noticing. Scott, I know Scott has too. We've been talking about it a little bit, actually quite a bit at first. But this here, the first multi-object capture we seen was from earlier this year. Me and Scott was looking at it, and he seen it, and he ran it through his programs and stuff. And man, we were out there with it, and it. Come on, man. Look at that thing, guys. Wow. Wow. See here? Yeah, I know, man. I mean, that's just... When you run it through that program, man, and you use that on there, man, it takes all that background noise out of there. It just really makes them pop. Because, guys, if you take this right here and you go back and look at the original, I guarantee you that you'll be able to see a faint object right there. Right? So, it just gets ran through that program and it cleans it up. It gets rid of all that noise and all that pixelization. And that's why it's showing things. Let's see here. Somebody said something about the black line, the sun. The black line's not the sun, guys. That's the occulter. Alright, the surface of the sun's over here. That occulter's there to block the main light of the sun. Alright? Because if it didn't, we couldn't get a capture at all. It would just completely flood out the camera with light, overexpose it. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, it's most definitely something that's wow. Yeah, Lance, thank you. Scott did the work on this one. This is something that he ran it through his program, and I showed you guys the CME that caused these photos came from. But I don't have that software. Scott's got that software in it or that programming and stuff. And I'm telling you guys, it's made a world of difference of what we're seeing. And, yeah. So, again, let me say this one more time. The observation, this flatly speaks for itself when it's made to be this clear. It just really is, guys. There's really no, I don't know, man. That's just again, that's how it is. Yeah, Scott, thanks for that, man. Yeah, Ricky, it is kind of nuts, isn't it? The next question, guys, how long has it been here? You know what I mean? Makes you wonder, because now we got the stuff to actually look at it and see it. And it makes you wonder how long that thing has been here. Or how long it took to get here. Actually, let me do this real quick. I'm going to show you guys this too. This is something that I've been trying to show this to you guys quite a bit. Oh, it's not in this one, I don't think. Yeah, it is. There it is. goodness. Did I close that? Come on, open up. Come on. There we go. Okay. This is just a little graphic Scott put together. And this really helps us understand what we're looking at as far as positioning. So what you're looking at, and I've showed this a couple times now, what they call perihelion, which is this word right here, all that simply means is it is the position that you are closest to the sun. That's what that word means. Or you can actually have a perihelion to Earth. When we say something's perihelion to Earth, it is it's the closest it's going to get to Earth, right? So like that asteroid, if it's orbiting, right? Aphelion is the point in the orbit of the furthest point away. So what you're looking at here is this blue line is the ecliptic. The ecliptic essentially is if you took the equator of the sun and just blew it out, straight out, throughout our whole solar system and it went on infinitely. That would be the ecliptic. Okay? So when we say that this object's below the ecliptic, that means it's down here somewhere. If we say it's above, obviously it's up here. And if we say, hey, it's close to perihelion, we could say, well, maybe it's here, maybe it's there. If it's at perihelion, it's there. And then, obviously, aphelion, we could apply those same words to that. So, that's what we're looking at. And, guys, let me say this. Putting together just this little simple graphic that helps us all understand a lot better, it takes time. I don't think people understand the time that it actually takes to even do something simple like this. This really, it really does. It was amazing to me when I started my channel that, the time it takes to get any of this kind of stuff going. Case in point, Scott fell asleep while those captures were running, trying to clean them up. So yeah, it just most certainly is a lot harder than what I thought it would have been. It's something I've had to learn. It's something that Scott has actually taught me a lot when it comes to this stuff. He was helping me with graphics and stuff. He still does. But a lot during the early part of my channel. And, I wouldn't have had a banner. I wouldn't have had any of that kind of stuff. He, when I was Blue Kool-Aid, he made all those graphics for me. I didn't even ask him to do it. He just did it. Just trying to help me out. So I try to pay that forward. I really do. I've done that for quite a few people too. Now that I know what I'm, actually how to get to this kind of stuff and make these kinds of things. But that's what it takes, guys. It takes a little bit of teamwork, and it takes one heck of an open mind. Okay, send them over, man. I'll put them back in my Google Photo folder here real quick. I'll tell you what, let me just minimize that. Oh, so what'd you do, Scott? Just flip them around, took dark to light, light to dark? Yeah, okay, hold on. Guys, sometimes that's the best thing you can do. If you don't have any editing software, even your phone will probably have what they call an inverter. It'll take what's light and change it to black, and vice versa. Sometimes it will most certainly just pop that sucker out, man. It's almost immediate sometimes. It's crazy how that works, but it really is. That's what happens. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. Right. Let's see here. Upload it to my photos. You know what? Sorry about that, guys. I let you sit there and looking at that. That was stupid. At least let me get you over here so you guys can at least talk about this image. You know what I mean? What a dummy. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Could you guys imagine doing this kind of stuff 30 years ago? We wouldn't be able to do this at all. Even if we had these pictures in our hand, just like they sit, we wouldn't be able to spread them out like we are. It's amazing. It really is. It amazes me every time. So let me X out of that. Let's go back into here. Come on. Gosh. What the heck happened? Oh, I know what I did. Hold on. Check it out. Let's go back over here. All right. Here we are. We got them back. We're here. Let me let's do that. So, yeah, look at this, guys. I mean, that's what we're looking at. You guys see the difference? Let me zoom in a little bit. Actually, I can. Let's see what that does. More options. So yeah, what the heck? Right there it is, guys. I mean, it doesn't get much crazier than that. Wow. So you can see how that's working. Now, I want to point something out here too. You see how this is all white now? That's exactly what you would see if the yeah, no kidding. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's Photoshop, guys. That kills me every time. Photoshop is, oh my gosh. And like Scott said before, I have never, ever, well, let me take that back. When I was like in, like my senior year in high school, there was some programs out there called Photoshop. And you could, you know, they were really, really new back then. But as far as modern day, I don't have Photoshop on my computer, I don't even think. Thus it came with it, like, with it, you know, downloaded already when I got it. By the way, I want to say something there, too. Mike Sprawl, buddy, if you're listening to me, man, I haven't talked to you in a while. But tried to get a hold of you a few times. But he bought me this computer back when I first started my channel. Again, I was doing a lot of stuff on my phone, and I still did up until, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. But I did my research here on the computer he bought me. I just didn't upload and do these kinds of things. But I just want to say thanks to you, Mike. I mean, buddy, I really wish you'd try to get a hold of me, man. I tried calling you 3 or 4 times. Really like to get to talk to you, man. Catch up with you. He's a good dude, man. Guys, he had a full scholarship and everything, and unfortunately he had an accident and ended up being paralyzed. He was, yeah. But still, great guy. All he did was ever want something positive. Just a great guy. So, Michael Sprawl, get a hold of me, man. Come on. Anyway. So, yeah, Scott, like you were saying earlier, that's almost like a shadow. Look at that. That's kind of crazy. Let's back it up here. So, what I'll do, let's look at this one now. Okay, see that? So that's the same picture, roughly zoomed in the same amount, probably exactly, I'm sure. And it's just been inverted. Yeah, man. Scan family, I'm telling you, the more you look at this stuff, the more you see. I mean, look at this right there. You can kind of see stuff here, but you question what's going on, right? What I would say right here, in my opinion, obviously you got your main object here, but in my opinion, you at least got this one hanging with it. So yeah, good to see you, Exile. Hey, I'm making you a mod, buddy. I just haven't. I was telling everybody earlier, I just haven't had a chance to get over there and do that yet. You and Ricky and a couple others. I am going to have to cut it after that, though. I got 3 or 4 people I'm going to add as mods, but I'm not going to have like 30 mods because it does start to become an issue with that because, yeah, it's just not good. If you guys ever watch anybody else's YouTube channel and they have like 40 mods, it never works out well. I promise you. The moderators will start arguing with each other. They'll kick people out that shouldn't be getting kicked out. All the above. But yeah, but those of you guys that are my mods, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. That was one of my main concerns. Scott's helped me out since the beginning, so it's 7. Okay, cool, Scott. But I want to say this too, guys. You guys are, Scott's going to send me a side-by-side there scan. We'll zoom in on that. That way we can get into it a little bit better. But the only rules I have, guys, for my chat and for my comment section. You can't attack each other in a personal way. You can disagree, but keep all the vulgarity out of it. Don't attack, another channel creator or another. If you attack another channel, that's I immediately erase that, even if I don't like that channel. And the reason why is I just try to have a little bit of respect there. That I guess what I'm saying, if you're going to say something about somebody else, go say it to them and give them a chance to defend themselves. That's basically how I think. If you got the kahunas to put it in my chat, go put it in theirs. You know what I mean, guys? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So no attacking each other or another channel, and no vulgarity. You can attack me all day long, guys. Leave it all there, please. Serious. They can come on here and just bash me upside down one or the other. I don't care. As long as it's not vulgar. So any of my mods that are listening, you guys, let's leave it there. I don't care. Because you know what happens? I get vindicated almost 99% of the time really, really quickly because they make themselves look like idiots. I don't have to do nothing. I'll just go back and show the comment and it's over. It's that simple. Okay, let me look at my phone and see if did you send it on Messenger, Scott? Yeah, there it is. Okay, hold on. All right, there you go, guys. There's your side-by-side. Yeah, I can show you the first one again real quick here in a minute, Isaiah's granny. Just give me a second. Let's take a look at this one first. Here's the side-by-side, guys. Unless this one works. Scott's killing me in there, man. Well, he's stating the truth. That's just... Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness. Wow. Anyway, so you got this, right? I mean, this shows you the difference of what you can see. And a lot of times, I will say this too, sometimes zooming out, believe it or not, helps you. So, yeah. So, yeah. Hey, we wouldn't change any of that. I don't ask anybody to be anybody they're not. And that's the God's honest truth. That's just what it is. I trust all my moderators. I will say that straight up. If you're, you wouldn't be a moderator if I didn't trust you. So, just so everybody knows that. So, I will stand behind my moderators and their decisions. Unless it's something that's just blatantly straight up against the rule. Which I don't see that happening. So, hopefully we won't have too many problems. I haven't really, knock on wood, haven't had too much. I've had a couple. But I have to say, if you give them free reign to just attack me, a lot of times They say what they have to say. I ignore it. Everybody else ignores it. It just goes away. It's really that simple most of the time. But like I said before, I'll let the observation speak for me. And just looking at this, we can sit here and we can analyze this. We can, zoom in, do what we need to do here. But at the end of the day, the observation is going to have to speak. It's going to have to speak to you. I'm not going to change your mind on what you're looking at here. It's just not going to happen. So we do the work, we bring it to you guys, and yes, we're going to tell you what we think it is and what's causing it and what it could actually be doing. But we don't force people to agree with us or anything like that. At the end of the day, we leave this sitting here, and that's actually what we're going to point you to. We're not going to, it's just what it is. And I have to say, guys, you guys are awesome. I mean, the subscribers that I've had, man, I can't say enough good about you guys. I'm up to over 40,000 subscribers. I never thought in my entire life it would be like that. I try to do the best I can, and I try to keep people uppercut. Do you see the other ones towards the right side of the bigger one? The picture on the right? Up here? Yeah, guys, let me say this too. We can dig right down into the nitty gritty of the stuff what we're looking at. We could probably pick stuff out all day. But the ones that people are going to say, hey, yes, that's most definitely a object, is going to be the ones that pop right out in your face. Okay? Because then the other ones, they become questionable. Even though we might believe that it's something there. And usually what happens, like when we see questionable objects like that, we'll try to confirm it or debunk it one way or the other. We'll go look at a different satellite. And if it shows up there, if it shows up on two separate satellites in the same exact spot, it's there, guys. There's no other way about it. There is no question whatsoever. These satellites are millions of miles away from each other. They're not going to show you the same anomaly. They're going to show you, if it shows you guys something in the same spot, it's an object. It's really that simple, A real round black spot. Where's that at, man? What'd you say there? See, there's a little round black spot on the big object. I have to rerun the program and see if I can get some detail on it. You talking about here? I think that's what he's saying. Maybe. Okay, I don't know for sure, but yeah, Scan. It just there's so many things we've shown you guys throughout the years, and I know a lot of people are just now walking into this, but I also know that a lot of us have been here for a while. Like Nita, you've been here since pretty much the beginning, at least from what I can remember. Andrew, I've seen you here for quite a long time. Zila, I know you've been here for a while. Willow, I've seen you for Ricky, Scan. All you guys. Rebecca, I know. We've had conversations, emails. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's never lower left from the middle. In there? Oh, I see. Kind of like right in here. Okay, I think I'm with you now. All right. Yeah. What's up, Sig? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I just, I never try to change people's mind. Okay? I'm just going to show you observation after observation after observation, and then that's what it's going to be. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what comes out of my mouth. It's actually what you're going to see with your eyeballs. Because unfortunately, we got a lot of people, a lot of other channels, a lot of other researchers that don't necessarily have YouTube channels or run them very often that will, they'll claim certain things, but then they don't want to show you nothing. And if they do show you something, it's text or something like that. It's still words. They won't give you like a photograph or any of that kind of stuff. They just want to throw out their theories and their ideas, but they don't really have a whole lot to back from it. You know, we've got a catalog. I mean, Scott's got a crap ton, way more than I got. I got quite a bit too. That's what I'm saying. We got a freaking library of this stuff now. This isn't something that the first time that we're seeing any of this. So that's why we can speak so confidently on what we're showing you. And that's why. Now, Isaiah Grandy, did you get to see what you wanted to see there? Or do I need to go back to a different pic for you? I know you asked. I didn't know if that's still what you wanted to do there. Just let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up and I'll go back. If not, we'll just leave it right here. Yes, exactly, Scott. We now have the tools and the knowledge to expose this. That's exactly what's changed. And I think that that's what I've been saying for a while now, guys. You know, it's like people say that our numbers of like asteroids and stuff like that has increased. They probably have a little bit. But also, our technology is better, so we're able to see more of it anyway. So then you have to question how much of the increase is increase of technology or it's an actual increase in the number of what we're seeing. So I do think that it's a little bit of both. Oh, you saw Granny? Okay. I just want to make sure you've seen what you wanted to see there. So that's what happens, guys. I really truly think that. And I you know, a lot of times on these things that we see, they do sometimes take in consideration the technologically upgraded equipment when they're trying to give you like a percentage of what you're seeing. But like this, let me take you guys over here real quick while we're talking about this. Right here. And I'll go back to those pictures here in a second. But right here, the sunspot number. That's what they use to tell us the sun cycle. Okay? And what they do, all they do is they gauge it by how many sunspots or how many days there is a sunspot on the Earth-facing side. They use no other marker. So just like I've said before here in the past, month, we've had CMEs day after day after day that are not pointed at us. So to us, it seems as though, right here on the Earth, that the sun is very inactive. But that's not the truth. Because the sun's firing everywhere else right now. And me and Scott and multiple others have been showing you guys this for a month now. It really needs to be looked at in a different way, in my opinion. Okay, so what we're going to do, there's a link here, over here at spaceweather.com. We'll go over here to this link, and let's see if it's got, I think it's showing us the sun cycle. Yes, okay. So this actually helps. Let me, okay. I'm going to go back up here to the top. So what you're looking at here, guys, solar cycle 24, and then they got a predicted solar cycle 25 here, right? Well, do you guys see where we're at? We are just now starting to come up the scale here. Solar cycle 25 has officially started, okay? Solar cycle 24 is in the past. So we have to think of this in the way that we're either going into or out of solar maximum and solar minimum. We're never stationary. Okay? Because it really doesn't matter. We're always going to be fluent when we're talking about this because there's going to be years. And what I want you guys to look at, you see this, the steepness of this angle? You see how we fall off slower than what we go into it? Okay? But I want to say this too. Right now, if we compare, I'll show you. Right here. If we compare 2020 to 2019, which was a space age record, okay? 77% of the days we did not see a sunspot. So right now there's a 7% difference. If the year was to end today, there would be a 7% increase in activity. Right? So if we go back 11 years, which is what the solar cycle is, What years do we have to look at? Well, we have to look at 2009 and 2008. So in 2008 would be the same spot in the cycle as 2019. So it was at 77. Now in solar cycle 24, it was 73. I'm sorry, that's actually solar cycle 23. Because solar cycle 25, we're just now starting it. There's nothing there for it. Anyway, you got a 2% difference from the first year of the cycle to the second year of the cycle. Right now, we have a 7% difference, which means we are upticking faster. That's what that means. Why is that not good? Well, it's not good because our magnetic field is weaker. And I spoke on this a lot. I mean, almost to bore people probably. But I want people to understand that because it's important. Because if this kind of cycle keeps on going, it's going to most definitely affect some things. Because eventually, guys, all this stuff that's firing everywhere else is going to fire at us. You know, just simple mathematics will tell you that. Will our magnetic field switch? Are you talking about the pole shift? Is that what you're saying? You know, yes, it will eventually. That's a natural cycle. Again, I have to say that, guys. It's natural. But let me preface that by saying that none of us has ever been alive to see a pole reversal. So we can just theorize, and yes, we're probably pretty close on a lot of our theories, but none of us know for 100% sure what will happen when that decides to go ahead and flip. Okay? Will it happen within hours? Will it take it days? Will it take it months? One thing that we do know, Mr. Beast, are you in there? No way. How you doing, man? Wow. Are you kidding me? That ain't you for real, is it? Sorry, guys, I'm a little starstruck there. If that's Mr. Beast, I'm oh my gosh, man. Wow, dude. I love what you do, man. Me and my daughter and my wife was watching you guys earlier. When you were, your diamond play button. That was awesome. Wow, man. My goodness. Man, it took me for a back. Wow. Mr. Beast. Oh, my God. I'm completely starstruck, guys. If you guys don't know who Mr. Beast is, you guys really might want to check your pulse. I just and if that's a sock account, I don't know how to tell if that's real or not, but yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think Mr. Beast would be over here watching my content. But anyway, we'll just keep moving. So, we got this right here. And that's another thing, guys. Look at that. This CME tracker hasn't updated. Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. Whoever did that to me, you got me that time. Oh, okay. That's cool. Glad to have you here, though. I love Mr. Beast. He does some great stuff, man. If you guys don't know who Mr. Beast is, you guys should really go check out his YouTube channel. He's the guy that does a lot of the giveaways. He's been to a lot of the channels. He did one video where he went to channels that had zero subscribers and gave them $100,000 through like a super chat or something. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but yeah. That is what it is. He did a great job with that, and he does a great job with his channel. He does a lot of good for a lot of people. He's always giving back, and he's turned that into, even into a place where it benefits him too, and that's great. Again, you want more positivity? Go to Mr. Beast's channel. He's a young guy anyway. Support him as much as you can. He most definitely does good stuff over there. And I know that's not Mr. Beast in here, but yeah, man, you got me. Whoever that is, you got me. I'll tell you that for sure. If you are Mr. Beast, I apologize if I'm saying that you're not, but you told me you weren't. But that's okay. I still want you here. That's for sure. Give me a pretty good laugh, good jolt there. But anyway, so I guess we'll move on. Now, let's go over to... Now I am getting ready to kill this live stream, guys. I'm getting a little tired. You guys got any questions, man? Anybody got any questions? We'll go over here to this picture right here. See what we got. Oh, hold on. If you got something for me. What did you say? A 4.6 in California? Here, I'll go over to the, let's go over here. Oh, yeah, there's an earthquake right there. Oh, wow, guys. Look at that, guys. Something's going on. Check it out. Wow, Scott, are you seeing that? That's a 2.6. That's a 4.6. It's a 3.3. And a 4.4 all along the same fault line right there. Oh, and it just updated again. There's a 4. That's okay. There's another one there. Okay. Same ones. Sorry. Yeah, I was showing them earlier. Some of them. Some of the bigger ones. Like this one. That's a 6.9. That's the biggest one we had, guys. Out in the middle of the Atlantic. Okay, hold on. My messenger here real quick. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to photos here for a minute, guys. Scott sent me another photo he wants you guys to see. It's pretty impressive. I have to say that for sure. Back off of this. Oh, let me take it out of... Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, Scott, when I seen it the first time. But you guys see this? This is what he did was he ran it through some more filters, and what you're seeing there is yeah. If that was Mr. Beast in here, he'd be kind of surprised I don't monetize my channel. Oh goodness. So yeah. I don't monetize my channel at all. You know, that'd probably surprise him to death if he's seen something like that, because most people are, you know, the opposite. Anyway, so you got what Scott's showing you guys here. Here's the object we were looking at, but then we got plasma that's actually hitting around it, and that's a plasma ball in front of it. And probably what's happened, Scott, if you agree with me, just let me know. It's almost like this, you know, the object's here, obviously, the CME happens, and then what happens is it goes around our object, and then once it passes, it still holds the shape a little bit, and this residual behind it, and obviously this is just some more plasma that came along with the CME as it was that object there. So if I'm looking at this right, that's what I'm seeing. Scott, if you think it's a little different, let me know, okay? That, you know, that way we can clarify it. That way we know what we're looking at here. Oh man, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yay, thank you, Marlo. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm new to the live streaming thing, okay? Anybody didn't know, if you're new here, this is something new to me. You know, it doesn't. I'm not scared to do this kind of stuff. I just haven't really, you know. Believe it or not, guys, I'm taking quite a bit of flack for doing the live streams because I haven't done my edited videos. So what I've decided to do is I am going to cut up some of my live streams and post them as videos. Oh, you're welcome, Marlo, for sure. That's something that you know, guys. Once I get used to this, I'm gonna do my best to get on some sort of a schedule with the live stream thing. Okay, I'm gonna do my edited videos, plus I'm gonna integrate a couple 3 live streams a week. Hey, there you go, Muskrat. Good to see you. Thank you. Scott, did you hear my explanation of what we're seeing here? If you did, and if you agree, just give me a thumbs up. And I'll say it again one more time, guys. So this is what I see when I'm looking at this. This is our object here. We've had a CME blow off because of this, probably. Okay? And the plasma hits the object, goes around it, but it still kind of holds its shape on the other side. And as this goes on out, it'll probably get bigger. All right? And then this is just kind of residual plasma from the CME, the initial reaction and the secondary reaction with the sun here. And then this down here is another plasma ball, and this here, that's probably because the material hitting this one come out that shape. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Scott, if you heard me there, let me know. Give me a yes, no, maybe, or hey, Mark, you're stupid. What are you looking at? Thanks, Christina. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my... Did you hear my explanation? Give me a... Okay, cool. All right, I'll upload this one, guys, real quick, and I'll show it to you. This is what we do, guys. You know, people don't know it, but, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, about 6 days out of the week, usually, me and Scott are usually messaging back and forth about that time. It is, I know people think that that's kind of nuts, but it's what happens. I'm not a day person, neither Scott, and there you go, guys. Check it out. What that did was it helped illuminate this one for sure. And then you could see, and if you guys look here, look how much brighter the plasma is than an object. Okay? So when somebody's calling it a plasma ball or something like that, you have to understand that stuff, which most 99% of the time is going to look a lot brighter than what an object will. Okay? Yeah, yeah, you'll be all jacked up for sure. Drink you some Red Bull, man, like you have been there for a while. I'm not sure if you still drink that stuff or not. Be careful with that. Be falling over with a heart attack. We're getting too old for that, man. What are you doing? Anyway, you got this object here. And so what I would say, guys, with plasma, it does usually show up a little bit brighter. Okay? And Mountain Dew. There you go, Trace. Love it. Yeah, you're right about that, Scott. I don't see, we don't see a whole lot of yeah, I'll just agree with that. How about that? That is most certainly what's going on. We've been fortunate, and it's because of the hard work. It really is, guys. We don't give up. That's something we haven't done. That's unlike a lot of other people. It really is. When things get hard, we're not running from it. We're actually running towards it. And that's what we've been doing for, Scott's been doing it a lot longer than me. And I've just been fortunate enough to have somebody like him to, watch what he's done. And it kind of shows me. Now, I'm my own person. You guys see it. Me and Scott have a total different personality as far as how we handle like trolls and things like that. But that's okay. Because our goals are the same. and we work together to get to those goals, and that's what we do. And and that's how I've grown as a channel. That's how I've grown as my own research, all that. So that is what it is. And again, if me and Scott's mouth just got so completely shut, all we would have to do is come out here and pop this on the screen, show you that, show you that, show you that. We probably wouldn't have to say a whole lot, would we? You see what I'm getting at, guys? So that's why I've chosen at this time now just to say, hey, this is what I think it is. Here's the observation. You're either going to come with us or you're not. I mean, it's just what it is. I'm not going to try to convince anybody of anything. That's not what we're here for. We're here to show you what we're seeing, our observations, and to show you the research that we're doing. And, and we love it when you guys support us and give us, props and stuff. It does help. It does help our attitudes. I don't care what anybody says. It really does. If we think nobody's listening, it does affect us because that's why we do this, is so we can try to help. Just saying. And I ain't trying to speak for Scott either, okay? Scott definitely doesn't need me to speak for him. That's for sure. And that's why it bothers me so bad when people come onto my channel and in the comment section. I've seen it there. It was really bad for a while. Just kept slamming, Scott and asking about Claudia, this, that, and the other. And it's like, listen, guys, I'm going to give you this oh, here we go. PewDiePie. He's in the house now. Somebody's in here trolling me now. Let's go. Whatever. And Mr. Beast in here. Now it's PewDiePie. Complete trolls. Oh, gosh. It's fun, though. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, so if we start seeing stuff like that, when I see that stuff in my channel, yeah, I know, Bean, it's kind of crazy. Let's go over here and check this out, see if anything else is popping. Oops. But, guys, I mean, if you see people doing that, okay, to our channels or whatever, like when they drop a nasty comment about Scott in my comment section, why can't they go drop that comment in his? They don't need to do it on mine. If you got something bad to say to me, sure, drop it in my comment section. Scott's a big boy. He can handle himself. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. You have to sit back. You have to ask yourself, why? Why are they doing that? Well, the only reason to do that is to try to stir up trouble. There is no other reason to do that. That's the only reason. What do they get out of trolling channels? A lot of times, guys, they don't get nothing but the satisfaction of causing people issue. That is the truth. Now, other ones, there's other. I'm not going to go into the serious ones because there are serious situations out there that happen. Okay, we've talked about that a little bit. We've touched on it. We guys, I had to report it a couple channels because they had put death threats in my comment section against Mr. MBB3. You believe that? I got rid of them as quick as I could, but I reported those. Because, there's just no reason to do that. Again, if you got something to say to him or to me or to anybody else, come say it to that person. So what we got here? Oh, wow, that's a new one, dude. Check it out, man. Scott, something's going on, bro. That's all I'm saying right here. I mean, these earthquakes are popping right here. There is no reason for this. Let's look at the time frames on these guys. Hold on a minute. That happened at 2:38. Guys, that happened like 20 minutes ago. This right here is not UTC. The 2:38, you got to add that hours to that. You got to add 4 hours to that to get UTC time. I got this set for my time. 2:20, 2:38, 2:03. Yeah, something's going on. There's an event happening of some sort, guys. So let's do this, guys, while I got you here. We will go ahead and I'm going to click on this, okay? We're going to go into the specifics of the earthquake here. What this is going to do is going to give you like charts. You're going to be able to see what's going on. Let me get you guys out of the middle here. So this here is, if you can color coordinate right down to these little boxes. Oh my gosh, that's like right in the middle of LA. That's highly populated, guys. That's not good. Okay, it's not. This is what I'll say straight up right now. That's not a good thing. Let's go back to this. I'm going to go to the pager, okay? And the reason why I do this, people, so you guys can understand here, see where the pager is? You click on that button, and it will immediately pop out and tell us, oh man, I don't like that. You guys see this right here? Usually these two estimated economic losses and fatalities, usually these numbers are the same. The percentages, when these earthquakes pop off, they stay about the same. This is different. Now, I'm not saying that anybody's passed away from this, but they're saying there's a 30% chance of 1 to 10 people passing away from this. Whatever just happened. Economic loss, well, it doesn't look like it was... Let me say this. They're taking in consideration where these earthquakes are as far as building code in the algorithm for this model. So what would actually knock stuff down in California isn't necessarily what would knock stuff down in, say, Colombia or Puerto Rico or something like that. That's all part of the equation and the algorithm they use to give these numbers. So that's why the economic loss is really, really low here, because the building codes in California are set up to keep the stuff from falling during an earthquake. But this is odd. 1 to 10 fatalities, 30% chance of that. Now, I'm not saying anybody's passed away. That's not what this is saying. It's giving you a percentage. Usually these percentages are a little bit different. So something is not exactly like it usually is. That's what I will say to that. Come on. Yeah, they got that in the red now. Yeah, I'm going to look at the tsunami thing. I don't think that there is a tsunami, just so you know. You click on this, there is no tsunami warnings or anything like that. I just did that just to rule that out. Okay? That here? Okay. So. So, yeah, Scott might be checking something out here. What we will do here real quick while I got you guys on here, I'm going to go over to ISWA. Sometimes we will see, well, you know what, the best thing to do is probably go over to space weather. Let's see if anything has happened here as far as geomagnetically. Well, I don't want to say that this is what did it. I know, man. That's what I was just saying, Scott. It was crazy. Looks like the geomagnetic activity kind of spiked there a little bit. It went from 0 to 2. Now that's not massive or anything, but that is a pretty decent increase for one bar to the other as far as the amount of increase. But a level 2 of anything here isn't really much. So what we could do, let me this model right here. Let's try this one. Let's update this one. This is the geoelectric field model, guys. This is space weather's effect on our electrical grid. Okay, what I'll say about that is a little bit more than normal, but it ain't nothing that's crazy. Hey Scott, check this out. If you're still in here, please listen to this. And why I'm bringing this up is, remember guys, I showed you guys this earlier, and it's right there where those fault lines are. What do you think about this, Scott? Check this out. Look right in here. Watch this. It looked like a thunderstorm, but nothing else around the globe looked like it at the time. But it could be something different. So, look right in here. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it ain't anything other than, but somebody else suggested earlier it could be like a volcanic vent. I don't know. But there, you know, it gets tall enough that it actually casts a shadow. You can see it. And there, you know, if you look at it, it's like right there. Let me see if I can't get a little bit further in. What is a... Let's go localized sectors. Let's go here. It's down here, right here. You see this where my arrow is, guys? It's like something just comes right up out the middle of that. And see, here's the thing I have. If that's all a shadow, then this shouldn't be black. That should be white. And what to the right of the sun angle should be black. Not right here. So if we look at that, and if you look at that right in the middle, it's like it spreads out. Like something's in the middle. Like I just don't. And now with us having those earthquakes right here, I ain't trying to claim anything. I just want everybody's opinion. Look at that. Watch, see, just those two little captures right there. Look at that thing just kind of... And then we go to that. It's like it... I don't know, guys. I really don't. Oh, wow. Did you see that? Check this out. Watch right here in the middle. Watch what it does. Half of it goes this way, and the other half goes this way. See that? From that capture to that capture is just really strange. Boot him out of there, dude, if he's being crazy. Like I said, guys, don't don't put up with no BS. I mean, if it's going to be an attack, just get rid of it. Doesn't do anybody any good. Yeah, Juan, that's what we were just talking about that. And that's why I kind of went back to this. Because this is something that, Scott, do you have any idea what that is right here? Is it, am I just seeing things, or what? Is this anything to even look at? Or am I wasting my time? It just looks like something just came up out of the middle of that thing, man. That's all I'm saying. It just doesn't look right. It almost, yeah, Z-Lot looks like an explosion. That's what I'm saying, guys. That thing does not look right. I seen it earlier. I just didn't know what to do with it. And now, guys, we got earthquakes right in that area. Because look here, check this out, guys. Look, I'm going to back it up just a little bit, and you're going to see that there's nothing. Look, nothing. And then we go forward, and then we get like this little buildup, but there was nothing, and it just like explodes. And when I seen this, I went around the whole globe, guys, and was looking at this. Night, Christine. Thanks for being here. Oh, it updated. Okay, well. Thanks for your work, Christine. I appreciate it. I know this is like an extremely long live stream. This is crazy, but okay. Are you sticking around, or are you taking off? Yeah, this isn't an earthquake. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's in the same part of the world that the earthquakes right now are happening. But that's just crazy, man. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Let's I'll tell you what. I'm gonna back it out to the regional view and check this out, because it'll give you like a more like again, it's right here. It'll give you a bigger view, and you'll see that nothing around it is acting the same. I'm backing up right now. Okay, so as we go. I don't know that I've ever seen anything on a satellite look like that. This is kind of strange, guys. I guess I shouldn't be just concentrating on that one little spot, but when I see things like that, I try to go around and see if anything around it is looking similar. And we do see shadows and stuff over here because the sun's setting, but we don't see nothing that looks like something coming up out of the middle of a thunderstorm cloud or something and expanding. So, you know, I'm not going to claim it's anything, but it does definitely does not look like something that's normally there. You know what? I guess we could kind of look at a different view. That's a good idea, Anthony. Let's look at a. Okay, the shortwave IR infrared ain't really showing much there, but I could be on the wrong filter here. Let's try this one. If we're going to do this, I'm going to go down to the other view. Let's go to this one. I think it is. Okay, it's down here, guys. Okay, just so you know. Well, let's take it up here like this. How about that? A little better. Now, see what I mean there, guys? From like there, then we see kind of like a little punch right there, and then bam. And then all the clouds spread out in all directions right there. Look. It's spreading out symmetrically like somebody threw a rock in a pond. What the heck? Wow. I just, man, that's just really strange, guys. China attack. Who knows? Who knows? This isn't the United States. This is the Baja, California. This is Mexico. I mean, you guys see how that when it came up through the middle, everything symmetrically went out in all directions at one time, like somebody threw a rock in the middle of a pond. Good thing I'm recording this, huh? They'll probably try to scrub this crap if it's something. I'll learn my lesson on that. Look at the heat. If it's on fault, like it could be, magma moving and releasing. Yeah, I think somebody else suggested that earlier, as far as maybe this filter. I don't know what filters you use, guys. I'm not really familiar with the filters on this thing yet. I'm starting to get it, but now see, hold on a minute here, guys. Now watch this. When this thing, it'll spread out again, but watch right in the middle, close to the end of this. Watch. It's doing it again. Right in the daggone middle of it. See it? And then, yeah, man, wow. I don't know what the... like you said, the shadow's actually showing you how big it is. That's too symmetrically circled, guys, for it to be anything that is just typical clouds blowing up like that. And again, I know that thunderstorms can build very, very quickly, but I don't know that that's what that is, guys. It's, yeah, a black spot, then a white plume. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. And then it look at it just spread out. Something happened there, guys. I'm almost you know what? Guys, this live stream may go for hours. I apologize. But we're just going to keep moving with it. I'm having fun. I don't care. Let's just do it. Yeah, Brian, that's kind of what we were thinking. Something's going on here. But there's no volcano there. That's the thing. Okay. I see you, Scott. Yeah, I don't know what that is, guys. Let's just run through some more filters. I'll tell you what I can do. Let's go. I'm just going to start going through a lot of these filters, guys, till I find one that might give us a better idea. Oh, wow. Check it out. Those are cloud tops, I guess. That's how high it got. You know, if we're going to use this filter, look how intense it is right there. That's kind of crazy. Let's, I don't want to go sub-regional. Let's go regional. So we're going to be looking over here. So I guess what I'm saying here, guys, look. There's absolutely no thunderstorms here. There's no thunderstorms here. Why? Right here. I mean, come on. Really? And for it to look like it did. And look at this trailing thing there. And this is moving this direction, and the rest of it is moving that direction. They're moving opposite directions. I mean, are you kidding me? So the main cloud base here is moving this way. This one's moving this way. So let's try a different I'm just gonna start clicking through these. How about that? Let's just do this. And see, that's the other thing, guys. See the other clouds that get up that high? Watch what happens. They stick around. This one goes away. See? I think I just showed you guys this one already. Yeah, I did. This one, see, look, check it out, guys. Look at it right here. Now watch this one shoot out that way, and then this one will come on out this way. Why are they moving in two different directions? Yeah, I wonder how high it reached. Yeah, that's a good question. Let's go to ozone. show us much. I didn't think it would, but I mean, it didn't last long. And so, I mean, I would have thought if it was like volcanic eruption type of stuff, it would have particles and it would stick around in the atmosphere a lot longer. So, you know, I'm not sure if that's what we're seeing, but you know, I could be wrong, I guess. Oh wow! Check this out. I'm gonna go in a little bit. No, dang on it. Okay, it's building right here. Look at it here. This is going to go this way. This one's going to go that way. And then this one's going to go this way. Why? Look at this little, I mean, this cloud right here. Why would that rogue cloud be going that way? It's just, man, that's just kind of crazy, guy. That's all. I mean, I don't really even know what it is. What? What's up? Yo, would you send something to me? Hold on. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Whoa. Check those out, guys. Wow. Check that out, guys. Wow. Now, that's the same view we get, guys, from the perspective is the same as from LASCO C2. Okay, so we're looking basically from our view, from Earth view. Come on. My stupid computer is being stupid. I don't know what the heck's going on with my stupid computer here. So there, you got that right there, and then you got this one over here. Yeah, send me in a zoom. I don't know what the heck's going on with my computer here. Maybe it's... Yeah, that's as far as it lets me zoom in. That's stupid. That's ridiculous is what that is. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess Mountain Girl. I don't know, man. It's Hey, good night, Teresa. Prayers for you, okay? Feel better, okay? Good to see you. Hey, okay. There we got it. We got it now. Oops. Look at that, guys. That's as zoomed in as you're going to get. Wow. There you go. That's probably the best look right there. Okay. Hold on. I'll download them. Upload them, I mean. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of the same view you got right there, but I'll upload them real quick. Guys, we all need to send some prayers out for Teresa, okay? She's really sick, okay? She's in hospice right now, so any prayers that you guys can give her, please do. Dutch is trying to go live too. I'm telling you guys, something's going on. I am telling you right now, something's going on. But yeah, that's a big freaking object. Let's go back over here to photo. Look at that, guys. That's crazy. Well, that's good. No major damage, anyway. Thanks, Real Honest Truth. Appreciate that. That thing is huge, guys. I mean, do you guys understand what we're looking at there? That thing, you know, this is not the size of the sun. The size of the sun is about like this. So that puts that thing about, I don't know, what do you think, Scott? About a third of the size? A fourth, maybe? Here's the other one. What we're looking at, this is a capture from a satellite that's out in front of the Earth. And it's looking at the sun. And the sun had a CME, and this is just to the left of the sun. And it picked this up. That's what we're looking at. So, you know, at this point, it's just like, again, I have to say it. It just speaks for itself. It is crazy. Hey, Rip, I've been trying to find your channel, man. I need your URL to get you to be a mod. I'll go back and look at my live chat after this, and I'll add you then, okay? Thank you for volunteering for that, Rip Curl. Appreciate it. Is it a star? Yeah, guys, I don't think it's not a star like you think it could be. It could be a stellar core. It could be, most likely something of that sort. My opinion. It's not a star like Scott just said. It's more of it would be a core maybe. It could be, there's more than one object, guys. So I don't know. It's hard to go out and say exactly what that is. So that is crazy, man. That's big. Big, 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 big. Wow. Yeah, no kidding, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm at a loss when it comes to actually, pointing to exactly what that thing is. None of us could actually know that exactly. No way. I mean, we all got our theories, and we got our own, our own ideas on this, but yeah. That's possible, Wes. I mean, it wouldn't be, I don't think it would be a planet in the sense that you think it would be. But I guess it could. Depends on what the makeup of it would be. Like I said, like Scott said earlier, I do not think it's a star. Again, the closest thing to a star it could be, in my opinion, would be a stellar core, which is basically the burnt the remnants of an old star, pretty much. Or a star that didn't completely make it, and it ended up just being a core. Yeah, Prince, I don't know what's going on. Let's I'm gonna update the earthquake stuff here real quick, just to get back to that for a second. Anyway, they're calling that a 4.5 now. Here's a new one. No, that ain't new. Now, see, guys, look. Everything that's going on is right up and down this way. And what did we see just a second ago over there on the next rad? It was right here. Right here on this fault line. Oh, he's saying an oil station was hit? Did I catch that? Are you kidding me? No way. No, I'm just kidding. What you getting mad for, Scott? What's up? Oh, okay. Yes, 100%. Yeah, NASA is not going to give us any kind of... They know stuff's out there. Well, Scott was just dropping the size down there. Yeah. It was what? What'd you say, Scott? 360-some thousand miles? Big? About 375,000 miles, guys. Wide. No, Sharon, it wouldn't be a black hole. Bright light can't get out of a black hole. I would know. No, it's not code red, guys. Okay, don't go there with that. That's not what we're at. Okay. No fear. Exactly, Z-Lot. You go for it, brother. That's what I like to hear. Let me say this, okay? Let me take you back here to this real quick, okay? If it's time for code red because of something like this, we're not going to have a code red. All right? It's either going to be a slow going into, hey, this stuff's getting really bad at a certain time frame. If something happens because of this right here, it's not going to be abrupt. All right? So just know that. So if code red happens, it like I said, it probably won't be because of this like being like that. And again, guys, this is my opinion. I just have to say that. You know, some of the other stuff we see, like pole shift and stuff like that, can be influenced by what we're looking at. But the actual pole flip, that particular issue could be a code red, or we could have a code red of any other kind of sort. But to say that this is actually what is the actual root of the issue, it can be, but it's not going to be an immediate, you know, we're not going to get a warning, basically, guys, is what I'm saying. The warning signs is what we're seeing now. Okay? Yeah, we're going to be fine, Marlon. I get you. Okay, oh my gosh, we'll be safe. These people just telling lies. Well, if we're lying, then, you know, why would you want to talk to a liar? Just curious. So yeah, yeah, it's okay, Christine. I mean, he's not, you know, he's not being vulgar or anything like that. He's coming at me. I'm okay. It's all right. We're good. You know, I don't want to take. You know, first thing I don't want to do, guys, I don't want to take somebody's speech, no matter what they're telling you. I believe in freedom of speech, and I like to try to keep that as much as I can. Okay, that's your opinion. You're good. That's fine. I believe wholeheartedly what I say and I show. Okay? If it comes down to the end of it and I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Okay? But at no point in time do I lie. Just so you just to point that out. Okay? That's one thing I won't say or do. I won't allow somebody to call me a liar without defending myself. I won't lie. Yeah. It's okay, man. Let him come at me, man. That's what I said. Let him stay. Yeah, let him stay. You know. Let me put it. I'm gonna put it like this for for my chat, I guess. The thing that I'm not saying anything other than this. You know, if you go back biblically, what did Jesus say? You know, he went into it and said, I'm here to save the sinners, not the ones that are already saved. So the way that I look at it, people like that don't know or refuse to see the truth are really the people that really need to be hearing what we're saying. That's all. That's all I can say. I mean, that's what it would be for me. I appreciate it. I mean, I get it. Yeah, if it gets too bad, axe him. But if he's coming at me, fine. Scott, man, you're killing me, dude. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Guys, like I said, guys, I can handle it. I really can. Eventually, people that come in here and do that, they will say or do something that makes themselves look ridiculous. Because if anybody knows, I listen to Jesus. I don't second guess him. That's for sure. But what happens, guys, seriously, they will eventually say something that makes them look ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, if he was offending some, guys, I'm serious about that. I back my moderators 100%. So if somebody's offending you as a moderator or offending somebody else in the chat, please get rid of them. Okay? But if they're just coming right at me, I guess it was kind of broad there. Maybe he was kind of going at everybody. He wasn't just, he said these people. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I get it. Electric going off, Northern Lights. Yes, Isaiah Granny, I'll be giving you a wrench. You and a couple others I got in here right now. I just haven't had a chance to get over there and do that. So, Christine and Scott and everybody else that's in here doing it now. Rip's getting a wrench too. So, Rip and I have to go back through here and look. Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, after those 4 or 5 that I add, I'm gonna stop it there, at least for a while. And the reason why I'm allowing that many mods, typically I wouldn't do that, but because I'm like all over the time frames. Yeah, Ricky, there you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget you, Ricky. I really didn't. You didn't need to hide behind my... Oh, goodness. What's up, Sig? Man, you know what I was going to do here in a little while? It's too late now. I was going to see if everybody wanted to follow me over to Mark Pyre's channel. It's too late to do it now. We'll have to do that again, like next weekend or something. I'll try to get everybody here, and then we'll go over there. What'd you say? Let's see what you said. Yeah, I know. Well, Jesus told me to whack that troll, so I did. So dude got whacked. Wow. Yeah, guys, and again, I don't want, a whole bunch of disruption in the chat, okay? I know it's a point of contention a lot, when we're talking about stuff like this, but, go down? All I see is dude got whacked. Or go back up further, maybe? Oh, did you make a comment to his... Let's see what this says. Let's see if it... Yeah. Guys, just to let you guys know, he commented, "We will not die." You know what? Nobody's saying that we will. I think that's the whole point. And I think that's a lot of what happens. I think people get confused on what we're actually trying to show you. And, yeah. Guys, believe it or not, I'm having fun with this. I think this is good that we're doing this. I think that, and I know that this is going to post as a 4 or 5 hour freaking live stream. And people are going to be all over me for it. But it's okay. Those of you guys that are here now, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are, we're showing you guys stuff that we're seeing. Thank you, Sharon. I really do appreciate it, guys. And I know Scott does too. And most certainly. Yeah, we'll all end up taking a dirt nap. You're 100% right, Ricky, and that's the whole thing. The new country song out, basically, was saying the same thing. The one, just trying to, what is it? What's it called? Oh my gosh, can't even think of it right now. But yeah, it's talking to War and Peace. It's that one that they put out. But it's saying that very similar thing. You know, in a race that we can't win, slow it down. That's one of the... Top chat and go live chat. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'll go back up. But anyway, on the says go. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. Okay. But it's just, you know, in a race we can't win, slow it down. That's what the, you know, the lyrics of that was. And what they're talking about, you know, because eventually we're all going to end up 6 feet in the ground. All right? So what they're saying there is that the point of that comment is that, you know, we got to keep that in mind at all times. And we need to make the best of what we've got and what we've got now. Okay? That's what I would say to that. And I know that a lot of people have a lot of different views on that. But that's mine. Okay? So, yeah. They blocked you out of the Berkeley seismograph. Really? Did you try deleting your cookies? I've done that before. I thought I was blocked out of a couple sites, and I deleted my cookies, went back in, and it let me back in. Sometimes those things are secured, and if it has a cookie from an older visit to that site, it will actually block you for that reason. It's kind of nuts. But that's what happens. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Well, then for sure. Yeah, it sucks when they start doing that to you. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. Let's update this one. Okay, nothing new. I wonder, you know, guys, if anybody has any access to Dutch or anything like that. Oh, I bet, Scott, 100%. I'm just, like I said, if anybody has access to him or has able to contact him or anything, I'd love to see somebody's opinion on that. Scott, you know, what is your opinion on what we've seen there? I don't know. You know, when I'm looking at this thing, it's looking like it's... I'm going to change the view here. Let's go to... what was I looking at there? Was it air mass? Well, I guess we can look at air mass. We haven't looked at that part yet. I'm going to change the view here, too. Let's go to sub-regional. Let's go down here to this one. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And, you know, what's causing the hot air? That's the whole thing. You know, if we're going to look at this, we'll look at this again here. Now, hold on a minute. Wonder if I ain't in the right spot there. I think I am, though. Let's go to... Okay, I wasn't in the right spot. Alright, let's got to get a little bit more further south. Either that or they wiped that off of there. Surely to God they didn't do that already. Okay, it's still there. I wasn't down far enough. It just... Okay, so let me change the view. So I guess we're looking right here, pretty sure. Now you see that right there? Look how bright that's getting really, really quick. Come on now. No way that a thunderstorm blows up like that. Yeah, I guess it does. I've seen them do that before. But yeah, we were just saying that. Oil pumping operation. Dutch is live right now. Yeah. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. Yeah, right there. That's yeah, I thought it was a thunderstorm, but I didn't know if it was getting added heat from something. It's just what it looked like, and with it being in that same, right along that whole fault line going down through there, it just looked kind of odd. And if I change it back to like the true color, I think you'll see it. Just you looked at it, man. You know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean it does. It kind of looks like that. It just, I guess with the sun setting right there, it kind of amplified things maybe to the point where it was. But the only thing I didn't understand was it was expanding out equally in all directions from that center point, which I guess it could. But typically a pressure system like that would rotate. It wouldn't just go up and go out in all directions. The smoke goes all the way. Okay. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's do this real quick. Let's go up here towards LA. Let's go up here and look at this. Guys, if you want to leave the stream and go check out Dutch, please do. You guys are going to, seriously. He will be able to give you a lot of information on what's going on that I can't. I just simply don't know it well enough to be comfortable saying anything about any of that the way that Dutch and Scott can. It just... yeah. So here's the particles right now. Let's go here. Dutch took what off his video? What did he take off his video? Just curious. Yeah. Oh, is he off? Okay. Yeah. He usually doesn't stay on long. When we see stuff like that, usually he'll pop on, especially if it's the middle of the night, and then be out. He just gives everybody a quick little update. He's got a family like me, and when you got kids and stuff, Oh, really? YouTube killed it? I've seen that, Scott. Hold on. I'll go over and look at it. Yeah, I showed that same exact capture a little while ago. Yeah, it's right down here. I'll show you. It would be on the air. Is it this one? Nope. Visible, no, the visible blue. The true color. Why did it take me there? That was stupid. guess it would have been probably, well, ain't that one. There it is. Negative. That's it right there. It blew up and went away really quick. You know, and that is possible, guys. So I don't want to say that it's not, because it is. I just don't know what else. Okay, guys. I am getting like extremely tired. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. I really am. That's the only reason why I stayed on this long. But yeah, so we'll let's see if I can't just give you guys one more update on the earthquake. See if anything's going on here. I don't see anything there. Let's update this thing. I guess we could go to the Seismos. Hold on a minute. Let's just do that real quick. Yeah, these things are active. Look at these things, guys. Wow. Panama, Grenada. And this is what we would expect if we're getting big earthquakes all around. Okay? That's actually over in China. And there's Turkey, Russia, not a whole lot there. Antarctica, that's down on the South Pole. Guys, something just rocked it. I mean, look at this one. That's Florida. That's the Disney Wilderness Preserve in Florida. Sounds good, man. We can do that, for sure. Be safe, man. Thanks for coming in here and helping out Mod, man. Everybody tell Scott goodbye. He's got greenbacks to go chase. Alright, guys, I think, you know, these are the seismos. You can kind of see this. And a lot of times, guys, when we get, you know, especially like a 6.9, it'll ring through the whole planet. Not everybody kind of understands that. But yeah, so you see this, and, you know, this is really kind of what I would have expected to see, just to be honest. You know, if you'd have looked at these things before any of those hit, they would have been a lot more quiet. As far as getting specific down to what we're actually, you know, look at this one. Look at that signature there. That's in Brazil. So why are we seeing a signature like that in Brazil? Well, we would have to go look, but I'm going to say, yeah, there was a 6.9, Anthony. It was out in the middle of the Atlantic, but it's still a 6.9. There were no tsunamis or anything like that with it. But look at this one in Venezuela. You know, the whole seismos covered up. So, you know, again, guys, I am not an earthquake expert. I am getting better on knowing what I'm actually looking at. But as far as doing any kind of prediction or anything like that, all I can do is show you after the fact and give you guys some sort of a little bit of a watch or a warning when we're going to get like space weather. Because I have, you know, space weather, guys, affects the possibilities of earthquakes. It all comes into the same system. All right, when we get hit with space weather, what happens? Well, let's do this real quick before I get off of here. And I know I said that probably 20 times now. But it is what it is, you know. When I get in a groove like this, I kind of like to stick around. So if we're looking at this, okay, and we're going to use, you see the sun here, right? We're going to pretend that that's Earth. So what we're looking at, guys, you know, we get hit from the sun, say, right? Solar wind comes in. It actually will come in through the poles easier. All right? The path of least resistance. It's much like water. Keep in mind that our magnetosphere is three-dimensional. So that means that, say our magnetosphere was here, our bow shock, it would hit here, it would come in on the poles, right? Well, guess what? It could come straight like this too. It's not going through the magnetosphere. It's actually coming towards us and around, right? Picture that. I guess, like, you know what? I got another picture I can show you. How about that? Give me a second. Get rid of that. Pretty sure I put it. I don't know if I put it in that one or not. I thought I had a folder on this one. Maybe I don't. Come on. Yeah, I don't have it there. I wish I could. But anyway, guys, you guys see what I'm saying there, right? So let me go back to that one pic there. Let me get back to that one anyway. Let's go back to here. You know what? Let's do this. Maybe I could do this. Maybe this is a little bit better. Okay? So we're looking at this, and just think of it in three-dimensional ways. So what do I mean? Well, you got to daggone it. Anyway, let's do this. Okay. Trying to shorten that thing again. I'm going to unpin it for a second. So anyway, comes in this way, right? Sun's over here. Hits Earth's magnetosphere. Most of it comes in through the top and the bottom. But some of it actually will come around and go straight through. But if the Earth deflects it, it'll come in this way, right? Hit our magnetosphere right here. And although it might look like it's going straight across us and through, it's not. It's actually bubbling our direction, but it looks like it stays on that same flat line because this is two-dimensional. And what I'm trying to show you is three. That's why it does that. So what happens is once all that stuff comes in here, it adds and adds and adds and keeps adding and more here, there, and everywhere, right? Eventually, the Earth can't handle it. And because it acts like a capacitor. So it has to let it go. A capacitor essentially is a big battery, right? I worked with them when I worked on printing equipment for 20 years. And it essentially holds energy to the point that till it can't. And whenever it gets to that level, it releases it. It has no choice. It's either that or blow up. I've seen transformers and stuff blow capacitors all the time. We use them because we can control that. We can manipulate that to the point where, you know, if it's holding a certain amount of energy, we know that that's going to be there, so we can access that energy. And if you guys go and look at any kind of like Tesla stuff, a lot of his stuff is based around capacitor thinking, that kind of stuff. You know, we all talk about, you know, the infinite energy, free energy, that kind of thing. If you look and you watch and you see what's going on, it really has, it's a little similar to that. Not exactly. But, you know, that until, you know, I don't want to say it's not theory or it may just be theory at this point. But I tend to think that stuff is probably real already, and they know it. They use it. We just can't. They won't let us have it. So with that being said, you know, I don't know what else to go with that, but you know, that's how space weather can affect earthquakes. Okay, we start accumulating that space energy, right? Charged particles, and eventually the Earth, acting as a capacitor, has to let it go. And when it does, it can come out in any way. It could come out with like what I showed you guys earlier with like in the magnetosphere, and I was showing you guys some of the signatures we were seeing there. But and then other times it can come out in the form of earthquakes. Either one is a release, and that's what it has to do. So I've said this a bunch. Space weather, all that stuff, it is part of the formula for earthquakes. It isn't the one only cause, but it can be the one that pushes it over the edge and causes it to go ahead and slip. Okay? Yeah, thanks, Ricky. Guys, I really do. I really take this serious. This is something that, I've come to have a passion for. I've tried to learn it the best I can. And I've been lucky enough to have you guys here to support me. And I've been lucky enough to have people like Scott bring me along to the point where I can, at least be confident that I'm looking at the tool the right way. Even if what I think is there isn't, at least I know that I'm looking at the tool the correct way, and I feel comfortable showing you guys that. So yeah, guys, I am going to go ahead and end it, guys. I got to get some sleep before my family gets up. We're going to be, rocking and rolling today. So, thank you, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm thinking about starting up, because I've been asked this a bunch. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon. I'm not for sure if I'm going to yet or not. But one thing I would do, I wouldn't change anything here on my YouTube channel. The only reason why I would even suggest or even entertain the idea of doing that is because I get asked it a lot, and I could speak in a forum like that without having to be censored. And that's that's the only reason I would want to do anything like that. Yeah, thanks, Ricky. I'm going to enjoy my babies. I always do. My son's birthday's this weekend. My other son's birthday's next weekend. My anniversary was today. 27 years to my best friend. For sure. I can't, it's one of those things where, love changes its definition as you get older. And it is not. Yeah, D-Live. I mean, Scan, you still get censored over there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Censorship is rampant everywhere except for the private networks, which is networks like, even at some level, Patreon is censored also. Scott's on a private network called Subscribestar. Some of you guys might be members over there. He doesn't get really censored on that one. I thought about doing that one, but not many people know that one even exists. So that's why I would probably do the other. And, I've not, this actually cost me money to do. It would be nice to not lose money doing this. And I'm not asking for anything, okay? I won't. But, my wife, I feel bad because, I don't want to go into this tonight, but I feel bad because she's working, I'm disabled, and she's not had the chance to go finish school. And that's something that I really want for her, and I'm trying my best to make it happen. And that's why I do everything I do here on my channel at night, where I don't take time away from everybody. And that's why I do it. I fight within myself whether or not I want to do anything like that at all. I don't want to ever, and even not making any money doing this, I still have to tell myself, don't do this for the views. Don't make a video just to make a video. So I've learned that, if I feel like I'm just making a video just so somebody can have something to look at, I won't make that video. I've done it a couple times like that, and it turned out to be not a very good video, to the point where one of them I took down because it was ridiculous. It was stupid. You could literally tell that I didn't want to be making that video. And I'm not going to do that to you guys. I won't do that to anybody. It's not fair to you guys. I waste enough of your guys' time. But the same, like I said though, guys, I have a family, and my wife and my family is the most important thing to me, and I hope that you guys feel the same way about yours. So with that being said, when I see my wife feeling like she can't go back to school and all this other kind of thing, and I have an avenue such as like what I got here that I'm not accessing at all, it makes me feel bad. Does that make any sense? I mean, I don't know if it does. I hope it doesn't offend anybody there, but that's just how I feel right now, I've pushed and pushed. I can't tell you how many channel creators have tried to get me to monetize my channel. And I will not monetize my channel ever. Okay? And the reason why is I don't want you guys to come here and watch ads. I don't want you guys to do anything. If you guys choose to support something like a Patreon or something like that, that's a choice, right? But if you come to my channel and you're watching and you have to watch an ad, that's not a choice. That's a forced thing. And I'm not going to do that to anybody. It's just not what I do. And again, guys, this isn't my job. Okay? People that have a job, that this is their job, I actually support them monetizing everything that they can monetize. And that's why. So, I'm disabled. I just don't have the extra stuff to help, my wife go to school. I'm actually looking around for some grants for her right now. But, it's just what it is, that's truly how I feel, And I can thank my family, my mom and my dad for raising me that way. Because they're the same way. And, I think that's something positive I got from them. So, yeah. Yes, again, I don't want to be that person out here saying that either, You guys, number one, let me say this. You guys have been there for me every time. I mean, every time. Most of the time, I don't even have to ask. What I mean is, you guys pick my spirits up all the time. And the 2 times that I asked for help, it wasn't for me. But you guys still stepped up and took care of those people. One of them was when all that stuff was going on with Scott, his wife his ex-wife passed away. And then my cousin lost her dad. Okay? And they didn't have no money at all to really even do a funeral. And you guys went over to that GoFundMe and doubled her goal within like 3 days. You guys know how amazing that is? You don't see that. And I think that's why I have such a respect for you guys, in the sense that I don't want to let you guys down. I don't want to not be here and do this, is what I'm saying. And that's also why I kind of push against doing the monetization thing, why I don't really want to do the Patreon. But I got an avenue here that might help my wife, and that it wouldn't be helping my wife would help me, because it would do that kind of a thing for me and my family. But I feel bad for her, And I didn't even plan on talking about this tonight. I apologize, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do any of that. It's just something what I'm thinking about. So I hope that, hopefully one of these days I'll get that part of it figured out. And but I just want you guys to know, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all of you. And I will never, 100% never, monetize this YouTube channel. When you guys come to this YouTube channel, the content that you see will be free. You won't have to watch no ads. Okay? So just know that. Some people will tell you that their channel's free, but then they'll kick off a sponsor right in your face. It just makes no sense to me. And I won't do that to you guys. I respect you guys more than that. And I know it. If you're going to take the time to watch what I have to say, that's enough for me personally. It humbles me every time. When I look at my subscriber numbers and it grows and all that kind of stuff, I don't look at it for the number part of it. You know how I look at it? I look at it as, oh my gosh, somebody else out there wants to hear what I have to say. It's not like, oh my gosh, I got a new sub. It's a new number for me. Put a feather in my hat. That's not how I look at it. So, you know, that is what it is. And, you know, I probably, you know, I'm really feeling kind of strong about doing the Patreon thing right now because, you know, to help my wife out. But I'm still not sure if I'm going to do that. It ain't going to be something immediate, okay? And if I do decide to do that, I'll bring it to you guys. And I know that you guys have asked that for a long time. Like doing like Teesprings and stuff like that too. But that is what it is. You know, I don't do this for monetary reasons. And I won't. So if I catch myself making videos just for that reason, I'll have to stop. And I don't want to do that. So that's why I push against it. I'm not stupid enough to think that once if I did start a Patreon, and for whatever reason 1 month was lower than the other, or this or that, or any of that kind of stuff, you know, I would be unhuman if I didn't think, well, what can I do to make sure that that doesn't happen? You see what I'm saying here, guys? I'm adding an extra thing there to what I do here, and it would affect me in that way, at least a little bit. You know, and anybody that tells you different is lying to you. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and I'm going to tell you what it would do. Eventually, it would, you know, I would have to think about that at least a little bit. It doesn't mean that I'm going to act on it. It just means that thought would probably pop in my mind sometimes. It's only human. You see what I'm getting at, guys? And I know all you guys probably understand that. I really do. I think you guys, every one of you guys. I've never had any kind of, unless it was a troll. I mean, I'm talking like a true troll. So, but that was funny earlier tonight, right? Somebody popped in here with a Mr. Beast name. And then PewDiePie. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Whatever. Yeah. P.O. Box? Yeah, I thought about that. You know, I think that would be cool to do like a, you know, if people wanted to send me stuff or something like that, do like an unboxing and all that kind of stuff that people do. I think that's fun to watch. I appreciate all you guys and all your guys' suggestions. I really do, guys. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing this. I really wouldn't. You guys are the reason I do keep doing this. There's been so many times I wanted to stop. So many times. And it took just like one little comment from you guys would immediately change my attitude. And it would just, you know, turn me around there. So, anyway, guys, I am going to kill it here. We're at, what, 4 hours probably? I haven't even looked. So, I am going to go ahead and get off here, guys. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Guys that I promised to be a mod, I'm going to go try to take care of that here in the next few hours and see what we get. And so, yeah, God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. I'll try to come back later on tonight maybe and see what we get. So, God bless you. Yahushua saves. And, yeah, I hope you can still drink this Kool-Aid.